100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
62 with mostly cloudy skies at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A combination of dry and windy conditions will create an elevated risk of wildfires across western Pennsylvania this afternoon. Residents are urged to be cautious handling machinery, cigarettes, or matches. When dry grass and leaves begin to burn, fire can spread rapidly. Pittsburgh's NAACP branch is facing challenges. As News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush reports, the civil rights group is without a president.
During a meeting attended by the NAACP's National Vice President of Governance, Compliance, and Training on Monday in the Hill District, it was announced Chapter President Dalen Davis had resigned.
I resigned because I have a job opportunity. And I can't be the president of the organization and take the job opportunity.
Davis says he was in no way pressured to step down.
I enjoyed it. I appreciate the wonderful people that I met. Again, I inherited a lot of complications of the local unit, but that's not why I'm leaving.
Davis says the group has contact information for 100 of its 700 active members and 9,000 inactive members on its rolls. The national NAACP staff are helping the organization recruit and update information so members can participate in an electronic election process. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Following President Trump's call with Russia's leader, the White House announced President Putin agreed to pause attacks on Ukrainian energy infrastructure. But both countries exchanged drone attacks today, and the targets include energy sites. President Zelensky spoke today at a news conference in Helsinki.
As to next steps, it cannot be done without us. This war cannot be ended without us, with the fair peace. I will be contacting President Trump today. We will be discussing the details.
Zelensky also said Ukraine will not cede more territory to reach a peace agreement and continues to call for security guarantees from Russia. There's been another burglary at a gun store. More than 24 firearms were stolen early Monday at Keystone Shooting Center in Marshall Township. A window was broken with a hammer. 3 people entered the store while another waited in a stolen car. It was similar to previous break-ins, and all involved young people. Gun owner Tom Westfall talked about that with KDKA TV.
Part of it's the juvenile correctional system, and part of it's just the parenting and how they're raised. But if there's no repercussions for what they're doing, then there's no reason for them to stop.
A teen and a man are in custody in connection with Monday's burglary, and 6 weapons have been recovered so far. The DA's office says the series of gun store robberies are being investigated. On Wall Street, the Dow at this hour is up 226 points at 41,808. The NASDAQ is up 158 points, and the S&P is up 37. KDKA Sports, the Pirates and Rays play this afternoon at Port Charlotte. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Time to call Coit at 1-800-FOR-COIT for huge spring home cleaning savings. Call Coit today and save 40% off all Coit cleaning services. Skies are cloudy at 62 at Pittsburgh International. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Luck is on your side at Bowser Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Find your perfect Subaru at Bowser today. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Forester Premium, VIN SH544002 for only $298 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Subaru today and take advantage of this limited time offer. MSRP $34,928, 10,000 miles per year. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. No security deposit required. With credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends March 31st. Now that's the power of Bowser. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Is your roof ready for the next storm, or is it hiding damage you can't see? At Home Genius Exteriors, we believe a great roof starts with premium, durable roofing materials, expert craftsmanship and installation, peace of mind with worry-free warranties, and affordable financing options. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-UR-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection today. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Powered by Bowser, my friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty. Well, it depends on where you go, but the rush hour in some spots has retreated and other spots not so much. Parkway West, for example, the inbound ride is very heavy at the top of Green Tree Hill heading down into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Conversely, if you're heading out toward Pittsburgh International, that is the better ride of the two there. Southbound 28, we have some crews working to the side of the road on 28 between the Highland Park Bridge and the Route 8 exit, and because of that, there's a lane restriction with crews on the scene there and a slowdown through that area, so keep that in mind. Parkway East inbound is finally receding just a bit. It is slow for you between Wilkinsburg and Edgewood Swissvale as you make your way to those Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Intervals of clouds and sunshine the rest of today. Breezy and unseasonably warm this afternoon with a high of 79. The record is 78 set in 1898. Mild tonight, partly cloudy skies early, then rather cloudy with a shower or two late tonight, though 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Man, this is a story. You've heard this before, but you haven't. This one gives me a rash. Man, this gives me a rash. So, you're hearing all these gun stores being knocked off. We had kids being arrested for this about a month ago in the Rocks. Remember that one? They knock off the gun store. They steal cars. They drive around. They think it's funny. They give away the guns. They bury some of the guns. And then they disappear for a couple of days and they do it again. They're doing this in several states. Hundreds and hundreds of guns, multiple gun stores. Now we're being told the feds are involved, the U.S. Attorney, the FBI, the DEA, ATF, you name it, they're in it. And there's so many things about this that are fascinating. They pull up in these really nice gun stores that are protected, by the way, and they break into all kind of damage. They steal. The video release is compelling as hell. They're running through the store, loading up on guns, 100 guns sometimes, and then they take off and they sell the guns to their idiot friends. And some of them get arrested. And here's where this gets ugly, and here's where I get angry. And here's a familiar story that really gives me a rash. And this is a problem in Pittsburgh with the woke, and this is a problem in America that better be corrected soon or we're all screwed. Several of these suspects, when they're arrested, end up before a judge. This is a fact. This ain't fiction. I have the paperwork. And the judge, in her infinite wisdom, because she has empathy, because she's so damn woke, literally, on paper, and I'm getting the transcripts, declares these kids, 12 to 18 years old, mentally incompetent to stand trial and sends them home to mommy, only to commit again and again and again. To which I ask, when does this madness stop? When one of the little angels who's competent enough to organize a insane robbery, steal cars, shoot their friends, one of them shot his friend in the middle of one of these robberies, they're competent enough to do that and laugh about it, but they're not competent enough to stand trial. This is where we're at in America. This is the justice system as it stands. It is annoying as hell. Can you tell in my voice? I have two men who know this better than anyone and are just as disgusted or more so than I am. Josh, good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, Marty. I'm well. How about yourself?
It's been a hell of an ordeal, has it not, sir?
You could say that, yes. It has been problematic, yes.
In the story I was telling, I'm kind of dancing on the right dance floor, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
It's absolutely ignorant what's going on, is it not, sir? And it's dangerous, is it not, sir? And it's not going to stop until these kids are caught and punished, right, sir?
Well, absolutely. I mean, in our case alone, and I'm aware that they've committed several other break-ins, burglaries, what have you. In our case alone, they stole almost 60 firearms, and they were only in the store 40-odd seconds.
Wow.
But they were able to put close to 60 firearms on the street. And now a small fraction of those have been recovered. But, I mean, even if you figure more than, or even if you figure half have been recovered, which I know that's not the number, but even if you figure half have been recovered, that's still almost 30 firearms that are out on the street right now.
And Josh, when your joint was robbed, the kids were all teenagers, right?
I don't know the exact ages, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, they were all juveniles between 13 and 17 or somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah.
And did you know? Because I do, because I have the paperwork and I have the decree from this woke judge. Did you know? Had you heard before this that these kids were declared incompetent to stand trial and sent home with mommy?
So I had heard through the secondary sources that might have been the case for at least one or two of the kids, but again, I had never seen anything that confirmed that up until you said that you had the paperwork today. So I'm glad that has been confirmed. It's a horrendous situation that we're having to work with, but yeah, I'm glad that you found that out. Yeah.
Listen to this. This judge, her name is Tiffany Sizemore. She's an activist judge. She had these kids in front of her. She's been assigned all of the juvenile cases. She had one of the juveniles in on the Bethel robbery. On the record, she told the district attorney that the defense can waive competency and the DA can offer a consent decree with no admission or she would find him incompetent. There was one report and one expert in the record that said he was competent. The DA refused to offer him a consent decree and she responded and found him incompetent, despite zero testimony that he was incompetent. Can you imagine, Josh? So we now have a legal system that brings a kid before a judge that clearly robbed the store. It's on video. There's clear evidence. And she says, this young man is incompetent. Get the hell out of here, young man. Scary, isn't it, Josh?
It is. And now, the one thing I will say, Marty, is I think you kind of mischaracterized by saying the legal system. I would say specifically in this case the judicial system.
It's actually a great point.
Law enforcement that we've dealt with have been phenomenal, from Bethel Park to Allegheny County. Even ATF, which, I mean, a lot of gun owners, I have an opinion about ATF, but I can tell you everyone we've dealt with from that agency, especially concerning this event, has been phenomenal. So, yeah, I think in this case the blame is squarely at the feet of the judicial.
Your store is the store I was talking about. Your store is the Bethel Park store, right?
Correct, yeah.
Right. And joining me now is the guy that really was at the heart of this, and we've been talking about this for months, Jim Klingensmith. My man, Jim, how are you, buddy?
Doing well, sir. How are you today?
Jim is a legend, a true insider, retired sheriff, forgot more than I ever heard in my life. He's that good at this stuff. This is mind-blowing, the way this plays out, is it not, Jim? From a law enforcement guy who has kicked ass his entire career, this makes you insane, doesn't it?
It does. It's absolutely upsetting that we have to deal with this. I mean, we're in the 21st century. Everybody's trying to stop crime. And the law enforcement's doing their job. The prosecutor's doing their job. Everything's put together with a bow, but we hit a dead roadblock because a judge deemed criminals incompetent to stand trial.
It's actually scary as hell. And these kids, by the way, Jim, as we've talked, and I got these details for you last night, these kids know what they're up to, do they not, sir?
They do. They're out continuously robbing. They're informing people, we're going to go out and do it again.
Yep.
You can arrest me. You can detain me. Yep. You can do what you want. When I get released, I'm going out and do it again. They don't care.
And we had heard that originally they kept saying, Schumann Juvenile Detention Center is not available. We don't have anywhere to put these kids. But that's not the case anymore, right? There are places they can go if they're truly a danger.
Sure. They could adjudicate them, as an Act 33, charge them as adults. But once again, they can't even get there because the judge has an immediate block on everything. So if they want to house them in other counties, I'm sure there's other juvenile facilities, and there's some beds throughout the state that would be more than willing to handle our problem. Not having Schumann Center is a disaster. They're releasing people on the streets. They're letting them run wild. The cops are working hard.
Oh, yeah.
They're busting butts every day.
Oh, yeah.
He's putting it in, but it's the same roadblock. They can't continue on with this case the way it's set, the way the stage is set right now.
Gentlemen, can you guys hang? Can you hang for a minute?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. Here's the truth. Sweetheart, my wife, it's only a matter of time before someone gets killed. And we don't know because, as Jim said, there have been hundreds and hundreds of guns stolen from various stores. How do we not know that these guns haven't been used in murders or drug deals? This is absolutely sickening. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. What's up is the delays are starting to diminish in many spots. That's the good news. Parkway East, for example, is slow just at Edgewood Swissvale before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Parkway West inbound, still kind of heavy on the front side of Green Tree Hill. The real backups begin for you right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Want to remind you that in Hopewell Township, Beaver County, you have a new construction zone lane restriction. This is on the eastbound side of the Beaver Valley Expressway for bridge repair.
TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-575-2071. That's 800-575-2071.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
I went to high school with Bob Tootie from Tootie Mechanical. So I've known him, 40 plus years? His business is insane. Tootie Mechanical. The service is unbelievable. The professionalism is unbelievable. And the help, man, they've put 400 free furnaces in homes. Tootie Mechanical is the best for HVAC I've ever seen in my career. They're amazing people, amazing service. Tootie, 412-771-4100. Call them. Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. It works.
It's freezing, but C. Harper has some sizzling news for you. Warm up your ride with C. Harper Cadillac. For more information, stop by their dealership in Bell Vernon or visit them online at charpercadillac.com. C. Harper Cadillac. The best price every time, all the time.
Have you heard about Gunny's Ridge? Oh, you're about to. Gunny's Ridge is a safe haven, a healing place, a learning place. It's for veterans with long-term PTSD. You know, there are thousands right here that need help, and they need it right now. It's a 100-acre farm, rec center, learning space, amazing space. Wait till you see the plans. There's a lodge and a barn. There'll be one-on-one activities, family activities. We can make this dream come true. We can do it together. Check it out at Gunny'sRidge.org, Gunny'sRidge.org. Amazing.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
My friends at NASCO, I love NASCO Roofing. They take pride in exceeding thousands of customers' expectation. Great roofing, great service. Janet from Pittsburgh was pleased with how quickly NASCO did her job. She loves NASCO's professional courtesy and the price. Roofs are all NASCO does. Thousands of customers like Janet. Let them satisfy your next roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day and special financing. NASCO.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is the America. Elections have consequences. We elect these woke judges, and this is what happens. And both of these men, it takes a lot for them to tell the story and tell the truth. And you know why they're doing it? Because they want this crap to stop. I commend all the cops who are out there busting their asses, and they have been kicking ass on this case. I also know a bunch of judges who are outraged that a far-left judge would take a 12-year-old and say, go home to mommy. You're incompetent to stand trial. I can't believe any of it anymore. I just get so sick of it. We have Josh Rowe from Allegheny Arms and Jim Klingensmith, who's at the center of this investigation, who's been insanely helpful in moving the ball. Hey, Josh, tell folks what happened in your robbery.
In broad strokes, basically what happened is around 4:30 in the morning, back in mid-January, 4 of these kids came up to our building in a stolen vehicle. Tried to break in with a hammer. Now we have armored glass, fortunately, in our facility. The hammer was ineffective, so they got in the car, tried to drive away, and at some point they decided, you know what, we're going to try one more time, or maybe it was just out of frustration. They actually shot several holes into our glass, which did splinter the glass out, but it held. All 4 kids got out, and then they proceeded to take 3 or 4 minutes just attacking this glass with hand tools, hammers, feet, everything. We were able to get through it, again, after 3 or 4 minutes, got into the facility, smashed a few cases, loaded up bags that they had, empty bags, duffel bags that they had brought with them, full of firearms, ammunition, got out and took off. Wow. And again, the entire thing was over in less than 5 minutes. And the thing is Bethel Park PD is 5 minutes away. I mean, that's just the nature of the thing. By the time the alarms go off, by the time it gets up-channeled, I mean, the likelihood of law enforcement being able to be engaged and arrive on scene is very low, unless there's good luck involved. But unfortunately, these kids were able to get in and out, even with firing, guns.
It's unbelievable.
Right in the middle of the night, and then working the window, etc.
Hey,
so with a 130 decibel alarm going off the entire time.
It's unbelievable. So you have this judge, Tiffany Sizemore. Your case in particular, Josh, the teenager was standing in front of him. He's a kid from the Rocks, and I know this for a fact because I know the people that know him. A family member of his was just murdered, and he's back out on the streets because the judge said, you know what? He's too young. He's not competent to stand trial. Josh, as a guy who was robbed like this, what the hell's that supposed to mean, sir?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, Marty, of course, it sucks. From the standpoint of a small business owner, it's a horrendous experience to go through. I mean, not only lost time, we have employees that are concerned for their safety. Yep. And I mean, just the financial loss alone was $50,000 or $60,000. But quite honestly, I mean, myself, my business partner, we're all just more concerned for the general public, especially in some of these lower income areas where these guns are almost certainly going to end up.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying what these guns, now that they're out, could be used for.
Hey, Josh, real quick, so that kid who was in front of that judge, I know this for a fact, He was laughing about this robbery and selling those damn guns from the trunk of his car in the rocks within an hour and a half after that robbery. It's a joke, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's a horrible situation. And we're really more concerned, I think mostly concerned for the just public safety across the board. Yep. And I'll tell you, Marty, the thing that's frustrating for us as gun owners, too, is that as a federal firearms licensee, we're held to an incredibly high standard to the point where clerical errors can lead to the revocation of our license and the loss of our livelihood. But somehow these kids, these criminals, are able to, commit multiple felony on felony, get these guns out into the street, and they're facing virtually no repercussion. They're operating with complete carte blanche once they're determined to be ineligible to stand trial. And
well, the video on our stream is riveting, which we're rolling right now. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah, you got to see it if you can. So, Josh, what can we do? What can be done about this?
Well, obviously, prosecuting the kids. I mean, there comes a point. I mean, if I could wave the wand, I mean, I would say make these sorts of crimes, regardless of the age, make these sorts of crimes a mandatory adult charge. Boom. And then, and I'm not saying, necessarily apply minimum sentences and all that other stuff, but automatically try these people as adults and make them face the consequences. I mean, they're committing adult crimes. They're putting potentially lethal weapons on the streets. That is a very adult choice to make. They're stealing vehicles. They're discharging firearms in a completely negligent way.
Hey, Jim Klingensmith, my man, you've been in law enforcement your whole life. At some point, my man, people are going to get killed. Innocent people, are they not, sir? Unless this stops.
They are. And the problem is since there is no repercussion and there is no penalty, the word on the street is it's okay to steal guns. Right. It's a free game.
That's right.
There's 3 hits this weekend, or attempted hits. They caught a couple kids robbing one store. Okay, but eventually somebody's going to get killed. These businesses are in shopping centers. The public is around. They're firing weapons. The public is a little bit fed up with no law accountability for these types of crimes. So as it grows, other crews are going to start to realize, hey, nobody's getting charged if you're a juvenile, so you're going to see these go up and up and up.
Right on.
Look what happened to California when they stopped, prosecuting down there. Smash and grabs. Is that coming next? Is somebody going to die? Is somebody going to have to defend their life from these animals because of all the stolen guns on the streets? At some point, we need penalties. We need enforcement. We need to shut these people down. We know who they are. They're ready to go. They're ready to proceed with this case, but the case is stuck. It's a prosecutory nightmare.
It is, brother.
This judge's decision. It's a shame.
It's going to stop, and we're not going to stop talking about it till it does. I love you both. The story's compelling as hell, and we're on it, boys. I can't be more grateful for you telling the truth. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Marty.
It's a hell of an American story, and it's a sad, sad fact about America right now.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team as they discuss rotisserie chicken recipes featuring Coons slow-roasted chicken. It's the Coons Cooking Hour presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
For
from the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
62 with cloudy skies at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Democrats in the State House have unveiled a series of bills to reform the juvenile justice system. KDKA Radio's David Ballarado has that story.
The 10 bills include limiting the use of solitary confinement with juvenile offenders, expanded oversight of juvenile detention centers, and preventing juveniles from being charged as an adult. Philadelphia's Chris Rabb.
We should not charge children as adults. Because irrespective of the bad choice that child may have made, for whatever reason, it does not make them magically an adult.
Local state representatives Dan Miller and Emily Kincaid are also pushing for reforms, like a different approach to Miranda warnings with juveniles and educational stability. Miller says it's been 5 years since Democrats and Republicans began to work on juvenile justice reform, and lawmakers need to do more now to bring about change. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
A judge in the Dominican Republic opened the door Tuesday for the last person to see missing Pitt student Sadiq Shakananki alive to return to the U.S. After a hearing that lasted nearly 5 hours, the judge said Joshua Ribby was free to leave and ordered authorities to release his passport. Previously, Ribby was restricted to a resort and police were escorting him whenever he left his room. Also on Tuesday, Kananki's parents said they are convinced she drowned in high ocean waves. A 29-year-old man is accused of trying to take explicit images of a woman inside Giant Eagle's Monroeville store. Brandon Bass allegedly tried to take the upskirt pics at a meat counter. Bass fled the store when he was confronted by a customer, and police stopped him a short distance away. Officers say surveillance video shows Bass had a cell phone secured to his shoe. He's facing charges including attempted invasion of privacy and harassment. Police say Bass is a convicted sex offender, was investigated for a similar act in 2022. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 247 points at 41,829. The Nasdaq is up 158 points, and the S&P is up 39. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance, they have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne. Paul Alexander here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, folks, John Perry is a good friend, and he's a great lawyer, one of the best. Top to bottom, the lawyers on his staff are amazing, including his sons, by the way, Alex and Trevor. They have some of the biggest settlements and wins in Pennsylvania history. They're feared by doctors and insurance companies. I have sent family and friends there. Perry Calder Law, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder Law, 412-281-4200. The best I've ever seen. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gable, my friend, what's up out there?
All right, thanks, Marty. Things are receding as far as the regular rush hour delays go. Parkway East, for example, only slow between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Gives us a chance to remind you that overnight travels on the Parkway East will need to include slowdowns around a single lane. That'll happen between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels tonight at 9 through 5 tomorrow morning. You could also have traffic stoppages for up to 15 minutes at a time during that work. Also, from 10 p.m. through 4 tomorrow morning, you'll have a single outbound or eastbound lane through the tunnel while crews do lighting repair work. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of clouds and sun the rest of today. A breezy and seasonably warm afternoon with a high of 79. That would beat the record of 78 set in 1898. A mild night ahead, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Watch out for a shower late, low 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, Wednesday, halfway through the week. Man, we're getting there. And what a day it's going to be. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 today right here, KDKA.
All right. There are things that happen in medicine that blow my mind. Look, I'll never forget when I had cancer and at UPMC and they operated. Well, honey, you remember this because you saw it. When they used robots to remove a tumor, a cancerous tumor from my throat. It was kind of wild,
it's
right?
It's incredible to think, but it totally makes sense when you think about how hard it would be to get tools, especially down in the throat, to think that robots could, do it better.
And so then I see this story from my friends at UPMC. It kind of blew my mind. Kind of describe what happened here, sweetheart, because this really got me going. I had to reach out to this surgeon, by the way, from UPMC, who's a badass. That's his nickname, Badass. Go ahead, honey.
Right. So they performed a heart and kidney transplant without the use of blood products, or like no blood transfusion, for the first time at UPMC Presbyterian Hospital. And they think this is the first time ever that a heart kidney transplant's been performed on a patient who couldn't accept the blood transfusion.
And the legend himself is live. In the midst of saving lives, he took a break. Dr. Kazarowski, how are you, sir?
I'm well. Thank you for having me today.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm a simple guy, but what you did here, this is amazing. Kind of describe this, Doc, and how unusual this is and why you had to do this. That's even more intriguing to some degree.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks again just for the opportunity to be here today. This was an unusual case. Our aim at UPMC is to help patients as best as we possibly can. There are a lot of people out there that are in some very difficult situations. In this particular case, this was a patient that had been living with congestive heart failure and also developed kidney failure, and was in a serious situation, was in shock because of the heart failure, and had to be supported with a mechanical assist device that was intended only for temporary use, but he cannot simply not be weaned off the device. The doctors that were caring for the patient reached out to multiple centers across the United States to see if there would be an opportunity for him to have a combined heart kidney transplant. And unfortunately, he was turned down at multiple centers. We ultimately heard about the patient, transferred him to UPMC Presbyterian, went through a thorough evaluation, optimized the patient as much as possible, and ultimately listed him for heart transplant as well as a kidney transplant.
And doctor, this is incredible. So just to understand, he's a Jehovah's Witness, and
Amazing.
for religious reasons,
It's amazing.
they do not accept blood products, which I didn't really know about until this case, but it's really interesting how they view blood as a gift from God and not something they can get in surgery. And if you're just joining us, Dr. David Kazarowski is a surgical director of the Center for Advanced Heart Failure at UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute. So explain to me what had to be done, particularly in advance, to make this even possible.
Amazing, man.
Yeah, what you said is exactly correct. There are people for religious reasons or other reasons that cannot accept blood transfusions, and he's one of them. He could not accept blood transfusions, and we knew that. Now, blood transfusions are commonly necessary around the time of a variety of different types of surgeries, particularly heart surgery. In the setting of a heart transplant, it's not uncommon to require some blood transfusions because of the magnitude of the surgery. When you add another operation on top of that, it increases the complexity, it increases the risk for the need for blood transfusion. And so because of that, it was a complicated situation. And so what we had to do ahead of time was really try to do everything we could to prepare the patient for surgery and really increase the amount of circulating red blood cells in his bloodstream so that we could safely do the operation and avoid transfusion.
Hey, Doc, come on, man. This is unbelievable to me that on top of this being an insanely difficult surgery, my man has religious reasons, and good for him, makes it even more complex, and you pull it off. How many hospitals and facilities honestly would say, sir, considering all these variables, we can't do this for you? How many, sir? A lot of them.
Well, I think just about all of them. There are other hospitals around the country that have done heart transplants for patients like Jehovah's Witnesses that cannot accept blood transfusions. And there are others that have done more than we have, but all of those hospitals turned this particular patient down because of the need for multiple organ transplant.
Wow. So was it a logistical nightmare? Was it just really hard? How did you figure it out?
No, honestly, it was, we, in terms of the fact that he couldn't accept transfusions, prior to accepting this patient, we had worked on protocols for this for a long time. This is something that we've been considering for many months. And a big team of people here at UPMC, not just myself, but our cardiologists, our critical care doctors, pharmacists, hematologists. We have experts in bloodless medicine. We all met regularly, worked very hard to establish protocols for a case like this. And it was really that effort that made this possible. So we had a plan in place prior to ever hearing about this patient. And then we've also got experience here at UPMC doing multi-organ transplants, and that's been something that's been done here for a very long time. There's a lot of expertise here in situations like that, and so we were able to leverage those things to have a successful outcome in this case.
How many hours does that procedure and surgery take?
Great question.
Well, a heart transplant takes several hours. A lot of it's waiting, waiting for the signs to go ahead at the donor site, the sign that everything's good. There's a time period where the heart is traveling back. So, it can take 6 or 8 hours. The actual sewing itself takes, probably under an hour. But there's a lot that goes into it around that. And then in this case, and what we often do is we actually stop after the heart transplant, give it a few hours to really for the heart to recover, for the patient to recover, and then we return to the operating room, and then the kidney transplant's performed, and that's what was done here in this case as well.
Incredible.
Dr. Kazarowski, how's he doing? How's the guy doing?
He's doing very well.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you for asking.
It must be so damn rewarding for you, man.
I gotta say, it's extraordinarily rewarding.
Yeah. We do little things like we put a furnace in a basement. And I'm serious about this. A guy just texted me, your people, your amazing doctors saved his life with a kidney transplant. You drive home at night in your car thinking, man, we saved that guy's life today. It's pretty cool, Doc. Really, really cool. Amazing stuff and historic. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you again.
Man, the incredible things they do right here in our area. We are so lucky to have a place here that will take people who cannot go anywhere else. Literally, he was going to die if he couldn't have gotten here.
Sweetheart, that would never have crossed my mind that someone would think I could die, but to avoid dying, I got to take this kidney and heart, and I got to take blood, and I say no. And they did it without using blood.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's amazing, man. Wow, great stuff, folks.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Kimball, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. And we do have some traffic troubles for you, just in one or two spots. Parkway West inbound is slow on the front side of Green Tree Hill from about Parkway Center over to the Fort Pitt tunnels. This morning, Parkway East inbound, you're lining up between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. If you're planning to travel through Penn Hills on Allegheny River Boulevard, you want to plan ahead for a single alternating lane of traffic on Allegheny River Boulevard between Washington Boulevard, Route 8, and Sandy Creek Road, Route 130. That's weekdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Through the end of April, Flag Crews will get you through that work zone. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust. No matter what you're up to, give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Get connected. That's the Inside Connection this Saturday morning at 9 with your local Medicare experts from MediConnect. If you're turning 65, hear all the inside information available to seniors on the Inside Connection, presented by MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
So, I talk Bowser all the time and how much the Bowser family has meant to us just in terms of cars. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Bowser cars right now, 4 Bowser cars. And it's amazing the service. It's amazing the sale. It's amazing the kindness. Fine, they take care of the Griffins. You would assume that would happen, right? So a friend comes to me, a young lady, desperate for a car, had an old beat-up Honda. True story. I sent her to Bowser looking for a Subaru. They had a dozen lined up within an hour. She went to Bowser. They gave her the best deal she'd ever seen on a car, and she called me crying. She was so happy about the salesman, about the service, about the pricing, and about the effort to make her happy, to put her in a Bowser car. I love them, folks. Why wouldn't I? They're absolutely amazing. Bowser gets it.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Here with my wife, I'm still trying to take in what that they pulled off at UPMC, man. So first of all, you mentioned something. I'm not picking on anyone's religion. I respect and admire anyone of faith. But you got to understand that we did some research. People have died. Jehovah's Witnesses have died.
Well, I mean, had it not been for UPMC or him even knowing about the facility here that they were willing to do it, he would have died because every other facility turned him down. So his choice was either accept the blood, which goes against his religion, or
I'm not
to
disrespecting
die.
the religion, but the whole thing's kind of hard to grasp.
It is absolutely hard to understand.
They've had kids die, hon. They've had kids die in hospitals because of this.
Wow, that's hard to imagine.
I mean, I don't judge, but
it's incredible to think a heart and kidney transplant alone, just those, individually, then to do those together and then to do it without any kind of blood transfusion is absolutely beyond belief.
I remember coming out of the surgery. I had robotic surgery and seeing the video. It was crazy. It's just this big machine stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, and that they can do it all by watching it on a screen, which, if you think about it, totally makes sense that it would be so much easier to do that way than trying to maneuver tools, down a throat. And then, it's incredible.
I got to circle back to the top of the hour because I think it's important that we state this. And you got to hang for the next hour because it gets worse. The CVS downtown, you know exactly where it is, sweetheart.
I do, yeah. It's right off of Market Square.
It's been robbed, vandalized, looted, whatever the hell you want to say, since yesterday, 6 times. Honey, I'm not exaggerating. We have the sound. And it's part and parcel to this conversation that we started in the last hour. You have these roving groups of juveniles. Downtown, there's as many as 100. 50 at a time. We have sound of 25 to 50 beating the hell out of each other in Market Square. They come from the schools downtown, mostly the charter schools, and then they meet each other and beat the hell out of each other, usually in Market Square or on Liberty Avenue or right near the bus stop there, the Port Authority stop. Now they've decided, with impunity, they just commit crimes anywhere they go. And we started getting a ton of information last weekend. What was that thing called, Patrick? Big Thaw? What the hell was that called?
The Thaw.
The Thaw.
So they had that festival.
Yeah. They had that big event downtown, sweetheart. And I have sound where juveniles, and you just had dinner at Capitol Grill. You know where they park the cars there, the valet?
Mm-hmm.
Juveniles were jumping up and down and damaging $150,000 cars.
Wow.
With impunity. All over town. The mayor has the audacity to come on here and say it's not a problem. They weren't doing anything. Okay.
And when I was there the other night for dinner and a show, I was walking with our daughter, and as I was walking, I was telling her, like, I have to know where is the dangerous area. Like, I avoid that bus stop because I know there's kind of some mayhem
you have to avoid
there.
Capitol Grill? This is where we're at now.
No, it's terrible to think that there's certain areas you know, like, oh, that's kind of a sketchy area. I think I'll go the other way. It's sad that you have to even think that way downtown.
And so we're going to get into this from the top of the first hour where we laid it out, where you got the cops are telling me you got 12-year-old. Think about a 12-year-old kid with a gun robbing a gun store. Then he gets in front of a judge, and the judge says, "Aw, poor kid, go home to your mommy." And that's what's happening. And that's why this continues. So there's the Lululemon store in Shadyside. We've been there. I love the store.
Right.
I wear their stuff. I've worn it every day for 6 years. No exaggeration. They get robbed 2 or 3 times a week, and the cops don't respond.
Wow.
They don't respond.
Robbed meaning shoplifting?
Yeah.
People walk out with the stuff, not necessarily at gunpoint or anything. But
thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
Yeah.
With impunity. And it's this whole cycle of wokeness. Oh, the poor kid. There are at least 8 judges right now who will not put a bond on a teenager. Think about if you're raised in that violent life of guns and drugs, and you're 13 years old, and you're like, okay, cool, I'll do it. I'll go steal some guns tonight. Nothing's going to... And then the judge says, oh, poor kid, you're incompetent to stand trial because you're too young and you don't understand, and they send them home. The same thing is happening. So let's say you put 100 cops downtown and you arrest 30 kids at the CVS. Then what? Huh?
I mean, that's the thing. If there's no punishment, then it's just going to continue. I know punishment is not the only answer, but it has to be part of it. There needs to be prevention. There needs to be a lot of things.
And sweetheart, you just gave a great example of what's unsettling to me about the current administration. The mayor doesn't understand that if my wife and my daughter are walking around in downtown and you're uncomfortable, which you were.
Yes.
And wary, which you were. It shouldn't happen.
And downtown's not even that big.
No.
I mean, it's not like this massive new, Manhattan or something where you could say, well, there's different neighborhoods. I mean, it's you can count on your hands like the number of blocks pretty much that people are mostly walking in.
Sweetheart, if they're robbing a store 6 times in 12, Patrick, it's been 12 hours, right? Hasn't it been? 12-hour window at least 6 times.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, man.
Well, between the start of school and the end of school.
Wow.
And that is happening at a lot of stores.
I know, honey. This is one CVS downtown.
Yeah.
One. So these moron idiots, they know now, I'm going to go get some stuff at CVS.
Well, and this is why some of the other stores are closing, because they can't make money if they're getting so much stuff stolen.
Can you imagine working there, sweetheart?
No.
No.
And we just had a story just the other day with that Giovanni's Pizza that got the guy. We had video of him pulling the tip jar out, and it was attached to the, to the register, and the whole thing goes. And the poor girl who worked there, I mean, she quit. She's like, I can't deal with this. This is terrifying. Of course. Yeah, she was a brand new employee, and she was scared, and I would be too. I wouldn't want my teenager working there.
If Marty Griffin was running for mayor, here's what I would tell you. 3 words: law and order. That's it. Law and order. And it would be lawful and orderful.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
My man Carlos and I talked yesterday. Carlos is the best tree guy I've ever known. I mean, the best, folks. Come on, man. 3 decades of experience. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. A+. Senior discounts. Military discounts. Large trees. Confined areas. Training to work near power lines. Come on. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-8733. Call them.
Think trifectas are rare? Not at PJ Fitzpatrick. You can get American-made windows that are beautiful, affordable, and energy efficient. PJ Fitzpatrick has a variety of financing packages that work with any budget. Plus, they provide peace of mind with a lifetime guarantee on materials and labor for your new windows. You can have it all. Visit trustpj.com today for a free design consultation. That's trustpj.com.
Barry and Steve Aaronich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center. You know, getting something new creates excitement. For instance, on a scale of 1 to 10, a new TV might be a 3.
A new car might be a 7. But getting a brand new kitchen or bathroom, that is a 10. Few things equal the exhilaration and joy of finding just the right design for the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
And then there's the anticipation you feel as Petite's expert craftsmen transform your dream into a reality. From custom creation to expert installation, our family-owned business has been making people happy for almost 60 years.
Let us help you experience the one-of-a-kind joy you'll get from a brand new kitchen or bathroom from Petite. Visit us on Route 50 just off the Carnegie exit. Call 412-279-2222 or click PATETE kitchens.com.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Mary from California asks, I followed a lot of your advice for myself, and now I want to ensure I correctly guide my son. He's making $125,000, and he took my advice to start putting 10% of his salary into his 401k. I've recommended he use the Roth option, but the tax deductibility of the traditional 401k appeals to him. I'd appreciate your thoughts on the best steps for his new life. Well, there's not much for me to add here, Mary. He should be making Roth contributions, and the goal is to max out that Roth 401k.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
67 and cloudy at 11:01. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A combination of dry and windy conditions will create an elevated risk of wildfires across western Pennsylvania this afternoon. Residents are urged to be cautious handling machinery, cigarettes, or matches. When dry grass and leaves begin to burn in these conditions, the fire can spread rapidly. Multiple law enforcement agencies are investigating a series of gun store robberies in the Pittsburgh area. The crimes are similar, with young people smashing windows, grabbing as many firearms as possible, and leaving in a stolen vehicle. Allegheny Arms owner Josh Rowe says his Bethel Park store was hit in January.
In our case alone, they stole almost 60 firearms, and they were only in the store 40-odd seconds.
Rowe says police have recovered some of the guns, but
even if you figure half have been recovered, that's still almost 30 firearms that are out on the street right now.
KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin reports Judge Tiffany Sizemore declares juveniles arrested for gun store robberies mentally incompetent to stand trial and releases them to a parent. He says the same teens go on to break into more gun shops. Dalen Davis has resigned as president of the NAACP's Pittsburgh branch after serving a little over 2 years. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Davis was interviewed following a meeting held by the National NAACP Vice President of Governance, Compliance, and Training in the Hill District on Monday. He talked about his biggest accomplishment as president with the new Pittsburgh Courier's Rob Taylor.
What I brought in was a lot of, again, intergenerational young people in their 30s, their 40s, that never wanted to be involved with the NAACP.
Davis says there were issues with the election process.
Before I became president, the national office switched from in-person elections to now it being electronic elections. So you have to have an email address, you have to have a phone number.
The Courier reports the National NAACP won't hold a new election seeking a new president until local membership increases. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The company that owns Dollywood is buying Kennywood. Hershend is acquiring the properties owned by Palace Entertainment, including Idlewild and Sandcastle. Hershend says for now no major changes are planned in the daily operations of the parks. Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission Executive Director Rich Fitzgerald reacted to news of the sale on the Big K Morning Show.
We hope this new company will maintain that character and the Pittsburghness of what we all appreciate.
Fitzgerald thinks Pittsburgh is fortunate to have 3 amusement parks that have become historic treasures. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 242 points at 41,823. The Nasdaq up 121 points. And the S&P is up 31. KDKA Sports, the Pirates and Rays play this afternoon at Port Charlotte. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:04. Time to find your next Cadillac. Visit C. Harper Cadillac in Bell Vernon today. Discover your next Cadillac from C. Harper. Skies are cloudy at 67 at Pittsburgh International. AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Many in the Pittsburgh region are fortunate to have enough food to never go to bed hungry. Your friends at Rome Monument would like to ask everyone to take a moment to raise some much-needed funds for the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. $1 provides 3 meals to a neighbor in need. The Diagardi family is grateful for your support of their 4th-generation business. On behalf of the Rome Monument family, Thank you for considering a donation to this very worthy cause.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. No major delays in your way as you try to make your way to and through downtown. In fact, in the spots where we usually have the heavier traffic, things are receding. Parkway West, for example, you have some slowdowns on the front side of Green Tree Hill, right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. From there down to the Fort Pitt tunnels is your biggest delay. Outbound toward the airport, a good ride right now. Heads up in Hopewell Township, Beaver County. You want to watch for work crews with a single lane restriction on the eastbound side of the Beaver Valley Expressway, I-376. They're doing bridge repair work there. That eastbound lane pinch will happen just before the Aliquippa exit number 45 interchange. Crews will work 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. weekdays through early April. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this important announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Pay no interest for 2 full years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Becoming breezy and unseasonably warm for the rest of today with clouds and sunshine and a high of 79. And tonight will be mild, partly cloudy skies early, mostly cloudy with a shower or two around late, though 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Okay, there's a phenomenon going on. This kind of plays along with the first hour, where you have this woke judge, and this is legit. This is all on paper. This isn't some sort of commentary. This isn't me just saying this might be happening. This is actually happening. You have this judge who these kids just robbed a gun store. Where'd they take 70 guns? This Bethel Park gun store. They get busted. They were laughing about it. They were selling them out of a trunk. They stole the car. Then they go back to the rocks where they're from, and they're laughing about, selling the guns to their friends, Then they get busted, and they get in front of the judge. This is a true story. And this is what has these gun store guys freaking out. This judge, Tiffany Sizemore, she's an activist. And she married an abolitionist activist, double. And she declared these juveniles that just robbed this gun store of 65 guns, mentally incompetent to stand trial. So they go home to mommy. And then they load up again and do it again, and it won't stop until they're stopped or someone gets killed. I'm not done with this. This is kind of a flow into that. If you follow us, and I know you do because you can't help yourself, you've noticed a rash of mobs of juveniles roaming through the streets downtown, sometimes 100. Saturday night, there were 100. They were jumping up and down on cars at Capitol Grill. They were running through the Port Authority station, throwing flyers in the streets. They were fighting each other. They were fighting business owners. Not one arrest. Not one, because the mayor says they weren't doing anything wrong. In the last, well, I'm going to ask him, because this is crazy what's happening downtown. My good friend Mike Fisher, Pittsburgh Scanner. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Marty, good morning. Doing well.
All right, so in the last, what am I going to say here? 12 hours, Mike, how many times has the CVS downtown been robbed, ransacked, burglared, whatever hell you want to call it? How many times?
CVS opened up at 9 a.m. It was already, let's say, robbed by 9:45.
This morning?
This morning.
How many
Not
times
including
yesterday?
The 6 times yesterday.
No!
They called 911 to report this.
Okay, hold on. We're going to play this. So, Margot, just play one at a time, my friend. And Mike's with us. Listen in, Mike, because you gave us this stuff. It's amazing. This is amazing, folks. Go ahead.
Last unit, repeat.
Mike 22, I'm out of CVS.
Copy. See the complainant at the CVS on 5th Avenue reporting shoplifters, repeat offenders are in the store.
Copy.
So 242 5th Avenue. CVS for reporting shoplifters. Just walked out with a bunch of food, headed towards Wood Street.
Got another shoplifter at the CVS, 242 5th Avenue. They just reported they just left 55-year-old black female, red sweatshirt, and a 60-year-old black male in a white hat, black jacket. They were left towards Wood Street on foot.
Copy. You can show us in the area.
Copy. They're also advising they were pushing carts.
It's unbelievable. Is that it? Is there more? That's it. That's enough. Mike.
Yeah, it's enough for sure.
So you said 6 times? 6.
But we got him 6 times yesterday. You sent a message around 2, and then I was like, yeah, there, we got him. It's Marty, it's every day we hear it, but yesterday was definitely a banner day for the CVS. I'm pretty sure it's a front at this point because there's no way they're making money.
Oh, there's no way.
I have no idea. There's no way.
You know what jumps out at me, and Patrick knows this too. So you had teenagers, then you had older folks doing it. So now everybody kind of knows
just walk in and take it.
Huh?
Yeah, just walk in and take stuff. Yeah, no one cares.
It is a friggin' free-for-all. This is frightening in its own right, is it not, Mike?
This is not the city I would think Pittsburgh should be, and this is not the track that we should be going down. We need to stop this quickly, man.
6 times, and is that 12 hours, Mike?
It was, yeah, they were open yesterday. They got it 6 times yesterday, and they got it once this morning.
So 7 times.
7 times in 24 hours.
I wonder if anyone's around there. Is there anything left in I'm not trying to be a jerk here. There mustn't be much left in the damn store.
I kind of want to go look.
So, Mike, what happens? I mean, I'm trying to guess here. Word must get out that you just walk in and take it and go? Is that what happens?
I'm guessing, man.
Wow. Do the cops actually arrive? Do they just hear the report? From what happens?
Well, the cops tend to hang out there, and they just ride their bike over. It's usually a bike cop, and they'll go check out and see what happens. Or something like they got one of them yesterday who apparently robbed it twice.
What?
But they usually just go away. They usually just look around and don't see them. You know, it's under 50% catch rate, so I mean, you have a good chance of getting something for free.
Man, and it must scare the hell out of the people that work there.
I can only imagine what the people who work there experience. And I guess you're not supposed to do anything. Just let them take stuff. And who's going to stop them? Not the cops, not the judge.
I got to head over to Groovy Side where I grew up in Walnut Street, where I hung out when I was a teenager. And this Lululemon store where I have shopped, I've been wearing their stuff for like 7 years. It's kind of gross, but still, I love their stuff. Now they get robbed, I'm told, robbed, burglared, theft, whatever the hell you want to call it, shoplifted, like 2-3 times a week, do they not?
Yeah, I do hear the Lululemon over in Shadyside quite often, either on Walnut Street. yesterday. But the thing is, compared to downtown, if they're not in the store, the cops generally don't go, and they just send it to the phone unit. So we hear these gangs of kids, group of people just walk in, take a bunch of stuff, and leave. I think last week they hit them for like $6,000 worth of stuff, which is probably like five or six shirts, by all things considered.
No,
but
their pants are about
happening.
$100. So you got, you're talking about a lot of stuff. So hold on, Mike. Can you hang?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to explain what this phone unit thing is, and because it's a big deal. So think about it. I love Lululemon. My whole family wears their stuff. It's wonderful, and it's a beautiful store. I've had my niece work there for a while. They're wonderful people. It's a great product. And to imagine that someone's stealing, what do you say, $6,000 in one day? Man. And it goes to the phone unit. We're going to explain that in a minute, and it's not a good thing.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Luck is on your side at Bowser Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Find your perfect Subaru at Bowser today. Get 3.9% for 48 months on an all-new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek or lease a 2025 Crosstrek Premium. Then SH22 4675 for just $279 a month. 36-month lease with $3,599 due at signing. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Subaru today and take advantage of this limited time offer. MSRP $29,463, 10,000 miles per year. Dealer dock fee of $477 applies. No security deposit required. With credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends March 31st. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, thanks, Marty. As we look out and about over the area roads, we just have one stubborn spot in terms of delays for you. If you're trying to make your way into the Golden Triangle right now, you have some company on the Parkway West inbound, for example, stacking right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass before the Fort Pitt tunnels there. Parkway East inbound is just a little bit heavy before the inbound Squirrel Hill tunnels. Big restrictions coming your way for your overnight travels, though, on the Parkway East inbound or westbound will be down to a single lane between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels from 9 tonight through 5 tomorrow morning. You could have traffic stoppages of up to 15 minutes at a time during that work project. Also, from 10 p.m. through 4 tomorrow morning, you'll have a single outbound lane through the tunnel. Crews will be doing light repair work there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here. My friend Robert Levin and his entire Levin Furniture staff and his team are celebrating Levin's 105th birthday. Check out these amazing savings. Start with 20% off, plus 60 months financing with no money down. And as a special Levin 105th birthday bonus, get a $105 Levin card when you spend $999. There's also incredible 105th birthday deals throughout the stores. Celebrate Levin's 105th at all Levin Furniture and Mattress locations. I went to high school with Bob Tootie from Tootie Mechanical. So I've known him, 40 plus years? His business is insane. Tootie Mechanical. The service is unbelievable. The professionalism is unbelievable. And the help, man, they've put 400 free furnaces in homes. Tootie Mechanical is the best for HVAC I've ever seen in my career. They're amazing people, amazing service. Tootie, 412-771-4100. Call them.
Refresh your home this spring with a huge selection of quality Graber blinds from La China Drapery and Blind Factory. Receive a special free top-down, bottom-up Graber upgrade. Call La China today at 412-665-4900 or visit lachinadrapery.com.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Look, Julian Gray and I became good friends when my parents passed. And in those difficult times, I'll tell you what he did. He got us through it. Seriously. With estate planning, unbelievable. With managing the taxes, unbelievable. With a will, unbelievable. This is what they do, folks. They're certified elder law attorneys, and they are committed to helping you with legal issues and protecting your family. Julian Gray is the best I've ever known. I have gone in his office in a frenzy, worried about taxes, about the estate, about how to manage money, about how to manage my future. And Julian Gray and his people answer those questions. They're the best going. GrayOuterLaw.com, GrayOuterLaw.com, 412-458-6000, 412-458-6000. The best. Man, my friends at Coit, welcoming spring, huge savings. I love this. Coit Clean. Get your house Coit Clean right now. Save 40% off all Coit cleaning services, carpets, rugs, drapes, upholstery. Man, they kicked butt in my house. I mean, amazing stuff. They'll do the same in yours. Call Coit right now. Save 40% off everything. 1-800-FOR-COIT. 1-800-FOR-COIT. Get your home cleaned by the best. Pittsburgh's best. They're also hiring. Call Coit's team right now. 1-800-FOR-COIT.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So you have mobs of teenagers committing crimes with impunity is what we're kind of... This started in the first hour with groups of teens as young as 12. Now think about what the hell you were doing at 12. I had a paper route, for God's sakes. My big deal was eating an extra donut. Come on. I was still working on pimple cream. And these kids are loading up in cars and robbing gun stores. And then they get in front of a judge, and the judge says, oh, he's not mentally competent. Go home, Junior. And Junior goes home, and he does it again. Now we're talking about mobs of teens downtown, fights, and then they rob the CVS, burglarized, looted, whatever the hell you want to call it. What did he say, 6 times? Mike, what did you say, 6 times yesterday and once so far today?
Yes, there was CVS downtown was robbed 6 times yesterday, or burglarized, or stuff taken, and once this morning around, was it 9:40, 9:30ish?
And then with the Lululemon, they walk in and grab a whole bunch of stuff, and then just kind of walk out or run out, thousands of dollars at a time. And tell folks what you're talking about with that phone thing. It's actually fascinating.
Marty, yes, the telephone reporting unit. This is one of something that came from the previous police chief, or I guess the coach chief, whatever he wants to be. That this was with police would not respond to will respond to only in progress emergencies. Yep. The logic we've noticed is that if it's something like a shoplifting, the person's not around, the cops don't even go to the store. They might drive around and look for somebody, but all the reporting is done over the phone a couple hours later, usually.
In other words, they don't rush to the scene to grab these thugs that have robbed the place 3 times a week. They do this with impunity, so they know this is kind of a smorgasbord for them.
Yeah, there's very little enforcement here. I mean, it's just, okay, report taken. It shows up on some Tableau dashboard somewhere in some presentation to the mayor who doesn't say anything, but that's another story.
Hold on a second. I got to grab my boy, Dave. Big Dave, what's up?
Good morning, Marty. How are you doing?
From an eyewitness point of view, from a man who works around the city, but you have worked downtown, and you've worked in the CVS and the Target, and tell me about these numbers that you know that have gone down there in terms of theft.
Well, the CVS that used to be on the corner of Smithfield, their losses were so traumatic, and that's one of the reasons that store is not there anymore. Is they closed that store down about 1.5 years ago. They tried putting security guards by the doors, but they didn't. They didn't stop anyone. And once that place closed, I talked to the real estate agent who actually did the lease for Target, And he told me that Target is the number 3 loss in loss prevention in the nation.
The one downtown.
The one downtown. Wow. The one right there on Smithfield. They lose so much stuff out of that store. I'm surprised they're still open. I mean, I've seen them people steal stuff out of that store, walk down the block, and 3 or 4 of them get together and they start divvying out who gets what. And there was another time I seen one of them stole a jacket, and this was down on Liberty. Someone stole a jacket that still had the crime prevention tag on it, the little magnetic tag.
Yeah.
And they were standing at the Arby's, took a brick out of the sidewalk, holding the jacket up against the wall, trying to break the security tag off of the jacket that they just stole.
And Patrick said the other 1 and 2 Target in the country closed down, so they're now number 1 by default.
Yeah, it's insane, and it's just a matter of time before that Target goes away.
And what the hell are you supposed to do if you're working at CVS and you've been robbed 7 times since yesterday?
They're not going to be there long. It's again, and unless this city gets their act together and starts enforcing stuff, that downtown's going to become more of a ghost town than it already is.
I wouldn't work down there. I wouldn't rent property down there. I wouldn't bring my family down there. Would you?
No. There's a revolving door. I mean, I know the CVS. They've been trying to rent that CVS space for the last year and a half, going on 2 years.
Yeah, I saw the numbers. They had over 800,000 stolen from there in a year.
Yeah, they can't even get anyone to rent that space. No one wants to buy retail space downtown.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah,
what the hell do we do here, Mike Fisher? What do we do? Arrest some people, right?
Absolutely, Marty. So we have to figure out that police have to do something. We have to have numbers there. I mean, we had a call off yesterday. I mean, I know the 5 cops downtown, one wasn't there, so we're 20% down. And we have to figure out why these kids are doing it, how to prevent this, and we have to enforce it. So on top of prevention, we have to do deterrence. And we have to be in a system that allows this type of behavior to be punished versus completely
the mayor's
ignored.
on here and it doesn't even acknowledge that it happens. The first thing you got to do is accept that it's happening.
I hear local politicians all deny. It's happening. They're doing it. You hear the cops. You know them. You talk to them. I hear their voices every day.
It's a joke.
This is reality.
Dave,
reality doesn't go away because you stop believing in it.
Dave, if you're running for mayor in this town, you say 3 words: law and order. That's it. Law and order.
Oh, definitely. But the problem is, these cops can arrest these kids, and they'll be home with mommy before the evening's out.
Well, that's been proven. They've been proving that.
And the problem is, we have legislators who are proposing juvenile reform to stop charging these juveniles as adults.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
I saw that.
What happens when one of these juveniles, that stole these guns or whatever, kill someone?
Right on.
They're going to go to juvenile court. Maybe they'll get maybe they'll get put away. But even if they do, they're going to be put away as a juvenile, not as an adult.
No, you're spot on. And I thank you both. And it's unbelievable content, and we're not letting up.
Serious savings at your local Par-Mar store. Dan's angrily reminding you to download the Par-Mar Stores app and save big. Get 3 cooler beverage items with your Par-Mar Rewards card and get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. And remember, if there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. Tax season is here. What a better way to reinvest in your home than brand new windows from Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Tax time sale. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. And finance now, no interest until 2030. 412-545-6003. Amazing windows, amazing sale, amazing service. 412-545-6003.
Hey everybody, Chris Coonahan for Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection company with over 1 million satisfied homeowners. I'm here to answer all of your home maintenance questions. I have Mary from Des Moines on the line. How can I help, Mary?
You're wrong. You'll see. $100.
Mary, you there?
Hey, Chris, sorry. I'm calling to settle a bet with my husband. Okay, so is it better to deal with a clogged gutter now or wait until the weather's better?
Mary, the time is now. The longer you wait, the more damage you can have. Your husband may have lost this bet, but repairing your gutters can save your family thousands of dollars over the lifetime of your home.
But how much will it cost to get our gutters inspected?
Well, husband of Mary, leaf filter inspection and estimates are always free for new customers. And right now, if you go to leaffilter.com/gutter, you can get an additional 30% off.
I think I won here.
We both did. What's that site, Chris?
That's leaffilter.com/gutter. Visit today to schedule your free gutter inspection.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 67 and mostly cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Should juveniles be charged as adults? Some Democrats in the State House say no, and they've introduced a package of bills to prevent that. KDKA Radio's David Ballarado has more.
Philadelphia's Chris Rabb says regardless of what a child did illegally, charging them as an adult doesn't magically make them one. And South Hill State Representative Dan Miller says reforms are needed for juvenile offenders when it comes to giving them their Miranda rights.
If you are under 17, the chance of you knowing how to make use of your Miranda warnings is incredibly limited. Study after study show that you do not yet have the understanding as to how to exercise your rights.
State Representative Emily Kincaid of Western Allegheny County says the pandemic also showed the toll that isolation can have on juveniles, and that's why she's pushing for an end to the use of solitary confinement with teens. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
New this hour, voters in the Mon Valley's State House District will fill a vacancy next week and at the same time decide which party will have a majority. Democrat Dan Godner of McKeesport, he's a McKeesport police officer running against Republican Chuck Davis, who is president of White Oak Borough Council. One will replace Representative Matt Gergley, who died in January. Since the House is deadlocked at 101 Republicans, 101 Democrats, the winner would also determine who the next speaker will be and which party will have control. The Federal Reserve is expected to signal today it could cut its key interest rate twice this year. The reasons for those cuts may change, though, depending on how the economy fares. There could be reductions in response to a steady decline in inflation or to offset an economy struggling due to tariffs and cuts in government spending. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is up 233 points at 41,814. The Nasdaq is up 164 points, and the S&P is up 36. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
I'm with Rocco Florio of AirPro Heating and Cooling, a trusted HVAC company that carries quality Bryant products and serves the entire Pittsburgh area. Rocco, what's up on prices for furnaces and air conditioning equipment?
Larry, it's best for people to purchase now, as equipment prices are going up in the coming months. AirPro takes pride in our prices. We are lower than the competition and provide financing options and long warranties.
Call AirPro Heating and Cooling today at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hey, folks, John Perry is a good friend, and he's a great lawyer, one of the best. Top to bottom, the lawyers on his staff are amazing, including his sons, by the way, Alex and Trevor. They have some of the biggest settlements and wins in Pennsylvania history. They're feared by doctors and insurance companies. I have sent family and friends there. Perry Calder Law, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder Law, 412-281-4200. The best I've ever seen.
Luck is on your side at Bowser Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Find your perfect Subaru at Bowser today. Get 3.9% for 48 months on an all-new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek or lease a 2025 Crosstrek Premium. Then SH22 4675 for just $279 a month. 36-month lease with $3,599 due at signing. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Subaru today and take advantage of this limited time offer. MSRP $29,463, 10,000 miles per year. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. No security deposit required. With credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends March 31st. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser Inland Gamble. What's up?
All right, Marty, thanks. We do have some traffic delays for you. That's what's up on the Parkway West anyway. It's backing once again near the top of Green Tree Hill, kind of playing that fluctuating traffic game as we head toward the noontime hour, getting heavier there with the brake lights all the way down to and through the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East lines up right around the Edgewood-Swissvale interchange. Slow traffic from there down to and through the Squirrel Hill tunnels. A reminder for you, in Penn Hills, Allegheny River Boulevard has a single alternating lane of traffic between Washington Boulevard and Sandy Creek Road. That's weekdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. through the end of April. Flag crews will get you through that work zone. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
After a long day at work, the last thing you want to do is make dinner. Make a reservation instead. A chef-cooked meal is just a phone call away. Meet up with friends and family and support the local economy with a night out at one of your favorite neighborhood restaurants. Performance Food Service provides thousands of products to many of the region's finest restaurants. This message is brought to you by everyone at Performance Food Service Pittsburgh, proud supporters of the Feed the Need program.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Intervals of clouds and sunshine the rest of today. Breezy and unseasonably warm this afternoon with a high of 79. The record is 78 set in 1898. Mild tonight, partly cloudy skies early, then rather cloudy with a shower or two late tonight, though 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you miss this week's Allegheny Health Network Medical Frontiers? Log on to the Allegheny Health Network website to listen to your favorite Medical Frontiers show. Visit ahn.org/Medical Frontiers podcast and look for your favorite Medical Frontiers show.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, Wednesday, halfway through the week. Man, we're getting there. And what a day it's going to be. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 today right here, KDKA.
So Cam Hayward's mom, Charlotte, is one of the coolest people on earth. And so when you meet her sons, you understand why they're so cool. She's unbelievable. I mean, she's charming, she's kind, brilliant, unbelievably smart, gorgeous, funny. How do I know this? My cuz works with every day, pretty much with is it Cam's Closet? Hayward, what's it called? Hayward House. And he does that closet thing. What's that called? Very cool. And they give so much. And his mom is the driving force behind that. And so when you meet Cam, and he's a gentleman, and he doesn't have attitude, and he's a great father, and he's a great leader. Didn't he won NFL Man of the Year last year, and that's hard. And so my point is, I love the guy. I mean, he gives his all. He loves his town. So when he came out yesterday, it was he was telling the world that he's over Aaron Rodgers. And by the way, I don't spend much time on sports because we're not the fan, and the fan kicks ass, and so why try and compete with the fan? However, Cam spoke to me when he said he's not going in some stupid dark tunnel with Aaron Rodgers. If he wants to play here, he can play here. Otherwise, he didn't give a crap. Good for you, Cam. Good for you. Want to play those childish games. So, Cam was asked about, what do you think about trying to get Aaron Rodgers, the doofus, to play in Pittsburgh? And Cam Hayward told the world, and by the way, everyone's talking about this. He told the world this. Listen to Cam Hayward. This is beautiful.
So if they called you and were like, we need you to follow him into the darkness for a couple days. He says if you come down there with him, he's signing. Are you going to be off the grid for a little bit, go to the darkness and try to get this guy? We need you. You're our best recruiter. I'm about to get into Darius Slay, and it sounds like you recruited him too. So we need you to start recruiting. Get that NIL bag out like you did at Ohio State.
I ain't doing that or darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap. Like, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple. That's the pitch. Like, if you want me to recruit, that's the recruiting pitch. You know, Pittsburgh Steelers, if you want to be part of it, so be it. If you don't, no skin on my back.
So if they called you and were like,
I love the man. I want to hug him. You know what? If you know me, and a lot of people do, I'm exactly the same way. Screw Aaron Rodgers. Guy gives me the creeps. We have to beg him to pay him $50 million. Go away. Shoe fly. What was ain't no more. Here's what I love. Here's what you hear about Cam. So he has the Hayward house, but he has this Craig's Closet, and they dress kids for interviews in school, and there's really, really cool people. And, man, they're just... Play it again, because I love hearing this from a jock who has some juice. Listen to this stuff. I hope Tomlin heard this.
Need you to follow him into the darkness for a couple days. He says if you come down there with him, he's signing. Are you going to be off the grid for a little bit, go to the darkness and try to get this guy? We need you. You're our best recruiter. I'm about to get into Darius Slay, and it sounds like you recruited him too. So we need you to start recruiting. Get that NIL bag out like you did at Ohio State.
I ain't doing that or darkness retreat. I don't need any of that crap. Like, either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. That's simple. That's the pitch. Like, if you want me to recruit, that's the recruiting pitch. You know, Pittsburgh Steelers, if you want to be part of it, so be it. If you don't, no skin on my back.
So if they...
Move on, you old fart, Aaron. Come on, man. I love that man. I'm going to text his mom. I really am. Charlotte, your son's a rock star. Now, that young man was raised right, and his kids are being raised right. Man, he didn't have time for that bull crap. By the darkness, that's that weirdo Aaron Rodgers. He went in some stupid hole somewhere in some, who the hell cares, Transylvania or something, and brought a couple of vampire bats in there with him, and they attached themselves to his buttocks, and he went to sleep for 5 days or something. Thought that would make him a better man. Ha! That man Aaron Rodgers needs one of two things. Serious adult counseling or Jesus, or both, or a church home. You know, the world of athletics has become so, kind of smarmy and grimy with kids and how they're being influenced with NIL money and what's happened to college athletics. And you have college quarterbacks going to college teams and making $1 million as freshmen in college. Crazy stuff. You have high school kids now getting NIL deals, which is crazy too. And once in a while, the cream rises, and a man like Cam Hayward says, back up, you old fart. Back up. You want to play here? Shoe fly. I'm with you. Someone's going to pay me $50 million. Man, I'm going to be the happiest guy on that campus. I'm going to be the man who rejuvenates his worthless career because he looked horrible the last couple of years. He looks like an idiot. Made a fool of himself with the vaccine crap and all that other silliness. And now he's doing some stupid dance. He's in some cave somewhere. He went to see the pyramids again, or he's smoking peyote or something he's out in the desert lying under the stars talking to Jesus or whatever the hell he's doing. And Cam Hayward said, hey, my man, shoe fly. Shoe fly. Go on. Move on. Cam, you're the man. You know why? Because his mom, if you're around her, man, Charlotte is smooth, charming, committed, concerned about children and families and community and keeping their family strong. And Cam setting up charities and charitable events. Why do I work? Because my mother taught me. Because my father taught me. Why does Cam work? Same thing. Aaron Rodgers, who the hell knows? Raised by wolves, maybe? Could have been. Should have been. I've officially lost it. From the PJ Fitzpatrick home, mark the time down. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. I think it was a while ago, Ellen. I lost it a while ago.
That's okay. We'll try to help you. We'll try to help you find it. It's all good. All right, let's take a look outside. Let's see if that helps. It's sunny today. That's always a bright spot in Pittsburgh this time of year. The traffic, though, on the Parkway West continues to be a bugger for some folks. It's heavy all the way down the front side of Green Tree Hill, fitting into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East inbound a little slow at Edgewood Swissvale. Big heads up for tonight, folks. If you are traveling on the Parkway East inbound, you will find a single lane restriction between Edgewood Swissvale and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. This kicks off at 9 tonight through 5 tomorrow morning. You'll also, this is important, could have traffic stoppages for up to 15 minutes at a time during that work. Also, from 10 p.m. through 4 tomorrow morning, you'll have an outbound single lane restriction as well through the tunnel. Crews are doing lighting repair work there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
People often ask us, what's the most important part of running a successful business? And our answer is family.
Hi, John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window company for over 45 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're not just a customer. We treat you like family. We take the time to understand your needs and help you find the perfect windows for you and your home, like our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows.
They're the strongest, longest-lasting, best insulating windows you can buy. They're way better than vinyl.
We're passionate about enhancing the beauty and efficiency of Pittsburgh homes using the top-of-the-line replacement windows. And right now, you can save 30% plus get no-interest financing on every window and door product we offer.
Join our family of satisfied customers.
Visit us on the web at metropolitanwindows.com.
Or give us a call at 412-655-8411. PA 1565.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Have you been to the Drive-By Fish Fry? Hofstadt's famous Drive-By Fish Fry. My boy JK, the Oakmont Restaurant King. He did it this time. Hofstadt's, Oakmont, Fridays, noon to 6. Fish sandwich, mac and cheese, coleslaw in a cookie. It's the Drive-By Fish Fry at Hofstadt's. Check it out. Noon to 6 every Friday. I'm going to tell you something. It's absolutely delicious. Drive-By Fish Fry, Oakmont.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
I'm Carl. I'm 68 years old, and I lost 40 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. In looking at pictures, I realized that my color wasn't good. I looked bloated, constantly tired, out of breath. It got to the point where I decided it was time to pick up the phone and call Awaken 180. The combination of the diet and the coaching really pushed me over the top. My self-confidence soared. I'm walking, I'm working out. Instead of 68, I feel like I'm 28. I just had my annual physical, and my doctor looked at my blood pressure and he said, "What did you do? What happened?" And I explained that I'm on the Awaken 180 program. I've never felt so good in my life. And as somebody that sometimes likes to take the shortcut, I didn't have to do that with this program. Awaken 180 is my solution for weight loss.
Carl's solution for weight loss, my solution for weight loss. Paul Alexander here. Lower blood pressure, increased confidence, feeling years younger. Want the same results? Then do what we did and make your own 180 at awaken180weightloss.com.
My friends at NASCO, I love NASCO Roofing. They take pride in exceeding thousands of customers' expectation. Great roofing, great service. Janet from Pittsburgh was pleased with how quickly NASCO did her job. She loves NASCO's professional courtesy and the price. Roofs are all NASCO does. Thousands of customers like Janet. Let them satisfy your next roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day and special financing. NASCO.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. After more than 15 years of being owned by Palace Entertainment, Kennywood will change hands again. The iconic theme park has been owned by Madrid-based Parques Reunidos Group and operated through Pittsburgh-based subsidiary Palace since the late 2000s. Now, Parques Reunidos has signed a definitive agreement with Atlanta-based Herschend Family Entertainment for the latter to acquire all parks owned and operated by Palace, allowing Parques Reunidos to keep its focus solely on its non-American ventures. The transaction includes over 20 entertainment venues in 10 different states. In addition to Kennywood, other Pennsylvania-based theme parks being acquired include Idlewild and Soak Zone, Sandcastle Water Park, and Lancaster's Dutch Wonderland. Also, Walnut Grill has closed its doors in Fox Chapel after a 16-year run. On Thursday, the Waterworks location of the local restaurant chain closed its doors for the last time. Although the restaurant has not commented yet to acknowledge the closure beyond a note posted to its doors, founding and operating partner and marketing director Mark Hurwitz posted on Facebook Sunday to commemorate the closure. Although the Waterworks location may be closed, 3 more Walnut Grills remain open in the Pittsburgh area, with locations in Wexford, Robinson, and Washington. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I don't care if you don't like Elon Musk. I really don't. I just don't care. I don't care if you don't like Trump. I don't care. We all have opinions. We just do. All I know is yesterday I was thinking about Musk as I'm watching these astronauts splash down at sea. And then, did you watch that? I was watching the whole thing live. I was mesmerized by it. And I'll tell you why. That was his SpaceX team, man. The rescue folks, the boat, everything. The capsule, everything. It's insane what that man can do with his brain. And then, as a little anecdotal aside to that, so that capsule is bobbing up and down in the water, and this pod of dolphins, man, started jumping out of the water. It was out of a movie. It was like a Disney thing. I haven't been around guys with big brains a lot, and I have one that sits to my right every day, and that's Patrick. And they're kind of annoying because they know a lot, and I don't, which is kind of sad, but that's the truth. But I've been around guys with really big brains, and I've always enjoyed it, the wealth of knowledge. And Elon Musk is the Thomas Edison of our times. And whether you want to hear that or not, the Albert Einstein, whether you want to hear that or not is irrelevant. It's just true. Whether you like him or not is irrelevant. Whether you like what he's doing in Washington is irrelevant. What is relevant are these attacks on the cars, man. This is a disgrace. I started thinking of the 60s with these far left radical groups bombing federal buildings and police stations. And, man, how the hell is this? This is domestic terrorism, man. Did you see the Teslas burning in this dealership yesterday in Vegas? Whoa. And now I'm hearing, so my son told me that their sales drop by like 50%, their stock drop by like 70%. Look, you have all the right in the world not to buy a Tesla. That's your problem, and that's your issue, and that's the decision you make. But I also agree with the new Attorney General. Grab these people that are doing these bombings and throw them in friggin' jail forever. This is domestic terrorism, boom. This isn't someone carrying out Trump's will. It's the friggin' law, man. And if you think your way of getting even or some crap with Elon Musk is blowing up a Tesla or setting a dealership on fire, don't buy their car, fine. Don't buy their stock, fine. But your attempt to hurt him hurts regular people. Number one, the people that own these cars. Number two, the people that sell these cars. There are thousands and thousands of people that work for Tesla here in America. This is a load of crap. My man Patrick owns one, and he loves the car. Patrick really has no fear, so this isn't irritating him. But it is troublesome, my man, that you can't own a friggin' car without sort of looking over your shoulder that some moron might say, oh, there's a Tesla, let's jack it up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
It's not a cheap investment either.
Sir, I don't care if it's $5. You can't do this to people.
No, it's ridiculous.
Come on, man. And then you pointed out this site this morning. We don't know if it's legit or not, but this is happening. This doxing, they call it. And this is really friggin' scary. Tell us about this, brother.
Yeah, so I saw this first in the New York Post, and apparently other sites have confirmed it was legit. So a website went up. So they call it doxing. It was putting out the address and location of Tesla owners.
Right.
So not just dealerships, but individual owners.
Right.
And if you wanted to get your name off the list, you had to email them with proof of sale that you sold your car.
Wow.
Otherwise, they weren't taking you off the list. And they were encouraging people to take the addresses off that list and go vandalize their cars.
And by the way, there have been Teslas burned and vandalized all over the country.
Yeah.
And Tesla dealerships burned and vandalized. And folks go in there and vandalize live. Salespeople scare the hell out of everyone. They're trying to destroy Tesla, which, by the way, this guy's worth almost $500 billion. You can't hurt him, but you're hurting regular folks, and you're committing domestic terror.
No question.
Man, that Vegas thing, man, that was scary.
Yeah, I mean, they could have hurt a lot of people with that, too.
Man, you see that video, man, those cars.
Those lithium batteries, man, when those fires get going, it's dangerous. They're putting the firefighters' lives on the line.
Don't buy the car. Fine. If that's your big protest, like folks boycotted Chick-fil-A back in the day, fine. Fine. But this idea that somehow you're going to make your point by they're vandalizing Teslas parked on the street in New York. It's kind of like back in the day when folks wore fur, they throw red paint on it. You know what I mean?
Well, this is happening all over the country, especially cities like Seattle, Portland.
Oh, yeah, the walkers.
Some of the groups that I'm in where you see Tesla owners talking to each other, I mean, you can't park your car on the street if you're a Tesla owner in some of these cities right now.
And as my boy Dave says, Elon's doing the job he was tasked to do. Waste, fraud, and abuse. It's true. He's actually serving his country. Whether you like it or not, whether he makes mistakes or not, he's doing this to serve America. My man doesn't need money. Come on, man. But when you hurt this brand, burn a car, spray paint tires, vandalize someone's home, screw up a dealership, you're hurting regular folks. And you're committing a felony. And in some cases, domestic terrorism. And I hope to hell they catch you and they throw your ass in jail for a hell of a long time.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
$3.2 million for a power plant worker with mesothelioma. $3 million for the family of a steel worker who died from asbestos-related lung cancer. Another $3.8 million for the family of a steel worker with mesothelioma. These are just a few case results that Pittsburgh-based law firm Goldberg, Persky, and White have been able to get for their clients. They can do the same for you. If you're suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma, contact GPW for a free consultation at 1-800-COMPLEX or gpwlaw.com.
Man, I've been through a cancer battle, and UPMC saved my life, and it's just the truth, and I rave about them. In a very, very difficult time historically in healthcare, in a very, very stressful time for patients, doctors, staff, everybody involved. It ain't easy. But my sister is going through pancreatic cancer treatment at UPMC Hillman. And every single day runs into very, very stressful situations. And every single day, they handle it in an amazing way at UPMC. They handle it like no one else handles it. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information, lifetime of helping people. I love it.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
70 and overcast at 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A combination of dry and windy conditions will create an elevated risk of wildfires across western Pennsylvania this afternoon. Residents are urged to be cautious handling machinery, cigarettes, or matches. And when dry grass and leaves begin to burn, the fire can spread rapidly. State Fire Commissioner Thomas Cook talked about it on the Big K Morning Show.
Pennsylvania is falling in line with what we're seeing across the rest of the nation, where with lack of rainfall, the underbrush is dry and ready to function as a tinderbox.
Cook says wildfires in this region are more common than some think. Repeat juvenile offenders are among the suspects in a series of gun store robberies in the Pittsburgh area. Police are making arrests. A man and a teen are in custody for the latest burglary on Monday. But KDK Radio's Marty Griffin has learned Judge Tiffany Sizemore is declaring juveniles arrested for break-ins at gun stores mentally incompetent to stand trial and releasing them to a parent. That confirms the suspicions of Allegheny Arms owner Josh Rowe.
I'm glad that has been confirmed. It's a horrendous situation that we're having to work with, but yeah, I'm glad that you found that out. Yeah.
60 weapons were stolen from Rowe's Bethel Park store in January, and while police have recovered some of the firearms, Rowe says most of them were sold and are on the street. Voters in the Mon Valley's State House district will fill a vacancy next week and at the same time decide which party will have a majority. Democrat Dan Goffnauer, a McKeesport police officer, is running against Republican Chuck Davis, who is council president in White Oak. One will replace Representative Matt Gergley, who died in January. Since the House is deadlocked at 101 Republicans and 101 Democrats, the winner will also determine which party will have control. Israel says it launched a limited ground operation to retake part of a key corridor in northern Gaza the day after airstrikes against Hamas positions. Israel's defense minister has warned the IDF will order evacuations from combat zones soon if the hostages being held in the territory are not freed. First Student and Pittsburgh Public Schools rolled out new electric buses today. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush was there.
Kevin Matthews, head of electrification with First Student, announced the deployment of 16 electric Type A school buses in the first phase of funding through the U.S. EPA.
This afternoon, literally, we start the project to bring in 45 additional electric school buses from the second phase of EPA funding and hope to have those buses up and running in the next 14 months.
So what's the range of charge for a Type A electric school bus?
Their typical range is around 80 miles on a single charge.
Matthews says the district's new electric school buses are delivering a cleaner, quieter, and safer ride while protecting student health and improving their daily transportation experience. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is right now up 318 points at 41,899. The Nasdaq is up 206 points and the S&P is up 50. KDKA Sports, the Pirates and Rays play this afternoon at Port Charlotte. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. For your home's windows, siding, doors, and bath, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. It's cloudy and 70 in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Every time I go into the offices of Physical, that's F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L in Monroeville, where I get physical therapy, to help my balance, I see a room full of patients waiting that heard how much it's helped me on this talk show. And it's so rewarding. FYZICAL, 412-457-8200, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Look, I had chemo and radiation, jacked up my balance. It doesn't anymore. Physical, FYZICAL. It works.
Hello, KDKA listeners. This is Carlos, owner of Greater Pitt Tree Service. If you have any concerns about any trees on your property, call Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. We have an A-plus rating on the Better Business Bureau. To serve your needs best, we have an ISA-certified arborist on staff. We have 32 years experience, 412-884-TREE. We will be your best choice for tree work. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE. And remember, we did your neighbor's tree.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne. Paul Alexander here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for over 20 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Pay no interest for 2 full years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90-NATION.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Intervals of clouds and sunshine the rest of today. Breezy and unseasonably warm this afternoon with a high of 79. The record is 78 set in 1898. Mild tonight, partly cloudy skies early, then rather cloudy with a shower or two late tonight, though 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Those marvelous and magical savings continue for March at Coons Market.
Fresh boneless chicken tenders, $2.49 a pound. Sunkissed clementines, 3-pound bag, $2.99 each. And Gordon's fish, 15 to 24.ounce packages, $5.99 each. Come see us at Coons.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? I say this, and it's true. I've seen everything twice until I saw this. And by the way, I'm a cynic, kind of, and a skeptic, kind of, because sometimes people are full of it, kind of. But I'm pretty good at it, and I always bring in experts to kind of convince me one way or another, whether it's fact or fiction. And when this story came to me, honestly, it was a little weird and kind of hard to believe until I did, until I talked to this young woman. And everything she said checks out. And everything that happened. And then we found other cases. And I'm making that sound because it's grimy. And it's slimy. And it's gross. And we posted it on X and Facebook. We're pushing like several million people have watched this video. Some of the ignorant people say it's a lie. Believe what you want to believe. But we got to tell this story because I think it's important. This wonderful woman who has a story to tell. And let me preface this by saying, from the moment I said hello to her, She wanted no money. None. Nothing. She wanted the truth. She wanted to know what happened. She wanted an apology and an explanation. Seems fair to me. Dana, how are you?
I'm good, Marty. How are you?
Pretty fair how to describe what you wanted, right?
Correct.
Right? Because when,
Yes.
when something weird like this happens, I think we can classify this as weird. The first thing people want to say is she's full of crap. Do they not?
100%. Money digger.
Money digger.
Looking to sue.
Yep, wanting to sue. And with well over 1 million people and counting watching the video, you get the nuts out there who think you're an idiot, and you've kind of had to kind of shy away from that because that's kind of annoying, isn't it?
Completely. Reading all the comments of how people perceived it.
So stay away from them. Just tell the truth and tell us what happened because the video is astounding. Tell us what happened, then we're going to grab JP.
So I go through McDonald's on a regular basis. Probably ever since I've been 20 years old, I have loved the McDonald's sweet tea. Anybody that knows me knows I have one with me 24/7. My app doesn't lie, my McDonald's app, nor my bank account. I literally drove to work like normal, any other normal day, went through the drive-thru at McDonald's. They hand me my tea. I go to work. I put it in this cute little koozie. So I never looked at it.
Right.
Sat it on my desk, opened the straw, put it in, and it didn't taste the same as always. So I took another swig of it, and I sucked up something that was moving in my mouth.
Oh.
And immediately, something was wiggling on my tongue. I spit it out in a napkin, only to find out it was a fishing worm. Yeah, I said a fishing worm. How did it get in there? No one seems to know. 100% it couldn't have been brewed with the tea because it comes out scalding hot. So it obviously was not in the tea itself. The only thing I could think of was it's in the ice because people continue to say it could come up through the drain. So people were believing that I planted the worm in there, which again, that day this happened, it was 20 degrees. There's no way I went outside and dug a worm out of the frozen ground to put it in my cup. So, unfortunately, people were believing what they want to believe because, again, they think I'm interested in a lawsuit for money. I just want people aware what they're drinking and eating in these facilities.
Hey, Dana, let's be honest here, my friend. We found other cases of worms in iced tea at McDonald's. Did we not?
100%. I went back and I found one of the first ones that I found was 2019.
Yep.
This is now 2025. Why is this still happening is my question. Why, when I contacted the food and safety department, they didn't seem to take it too seriously. They even said we spoke to the owner. It's all good.
Yeah, they didn't even go out. They didn't go out to the store.
No.
No.
They did not do an inspection. They just brushed it off. So makes me wonder how many other cases are there of people having their food or their drinks contaminated that don't come forward.
I hold on a second. I got to grab JP. JP's one of my boys, one of my closest friends. We've been friends more than 20 years. He's top 5 lawyers in the country. I mean, so I had to reach him because I trust him so much, because I take him at his word, and because he's really smart and does his due diligence. JP joining me. What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, Marty.
So you heard this. This isn't a JP case, by the way, generally, but I asked him to help her because she was scared and needed some counsel, and you did it, and you did some digging, and you found this to be gross but credible. Did you not, sir?
Absolutely.
Tell me why, JP.
Well, I mean, listen, it's not a made-up story. I have the same impressions as you have. When somebody calls you, you make an assessment. Yep. I mean, there's absolutely no question this happened. Frankly, Dana's way too successful and put together to fake something like this. And if she was going to fake something like this, this isn't the thing you fake, because as horrible and gross as this all is, from a personal injury damages perspective, it's just not a high dollar case.
Nope.
To the extent that she's had emotional suffering and nightmares and, can't eat things and so forth, she can be compensated for that.
Right.
And there may be a punitive aspect here, meaning, we want to punish McDonald's from doing this to people in the future. But from a basic case basis, it's just not worth a ton of money. So why, even if Dana wasn't smart and stable, why would somebody pick this to be, the thing that they're going to fake? I mean, it makes no sense. If you're going to fake something that has the opportunity to have a huge payday at the end of it.
Because the truth is, JP, the moment you talked to her, you told her this truth that, hey, you're not getting $1 million check out of this. And she went out and said, hey, I don't want any money. She went out of her way to say that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was never about the money. And so, not everything I do is money-oriented.
Nope.
So I told her I'd be happy to help her. I'd reach out to the folks and see if we could get an explanation. And more importantly, which was Dana's point, see how it happened and make sure they're going to put something in place to prevent it from happening to somebody else. But she's absolutely right. They just don't care. I mean, they didn't give us an explanation. They didn't tell us they'd do anything to prevent it, and they didn't issue an apology.
and we found other cases, JP.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Can you guys hang? Can you guys hang for a minute?
Yeah.
All right, be right back. I got to tell the rest of this story. We'll be right back, folks.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, T-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-575-2071. That's 800-575-2071.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Have you been to the Drive-By Fish Fry? Hofstad's famous Drive-By Fish Fry. My boy JK, the Oakmont Restaurant King. He did it this time. Hofstad's, Oakmont, Fridays, noon to 6. Fish sandwich, mac and cheese, coleslaw in a cookie. It's the Drive-By Fish Fry at Hofstad's. Check it out. Noon to 6 every Friday. I'm going to tell you something. It's absolutely delicious. Drive-By Fish Fry, Oakmont.
Imagine all the things you dream of under one roof. You're thinking of eBay. Fashion, collectibles, car parts, it's all there. Go find the thing that keeps you up at night. eBay, things people love.
Have you heard about Gunny's Ridge? Oh, you're about to. Gunny's Ridge is a safe haven, a healing place, a learning place. It's for veterans with long-term PTSD. You know, there are thousands right here that need help, and they need it right now. It's a 100-acre farm, rec center, learning space, amazing space. Wait till you see the plans. There's a lodge and a barn. There'll be one-on-one activities, family activities. We can make this dream come true. We can do it together. Check it out at gunniesridge.org, gunniesridge.org. Amazing.
March is full of lucky days here at Jim Shorkey Kia in North Huntington. New all-wheel drive 2025 Kia Sportage LX. Lease for $168 a month for 24 months with $29.95 due at signing. Or finance it at a low 1.9% APR for 60 months. A 500 vehicle selection plus 3 years of prepaid maintenance, a 10-year 100,000-mile limited warranty, and $500 more for your trade. You can't get much luckier than that. PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, JimShorkeyKia.com. Call 1-855-410-4996 for complete details on all offers and terms.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. Tax season is here. What a better way to reinvest in your home than brand new windows from Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Tax time sale. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. And finance now, no interest until 2030. 412-545-6003. Amazing windows, amazing sale, amazing service. 412-545-6003.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Look, if you don't trust me, let me do you a favor. Google search, I'm not exaggerating this, Google search worms in McDonald's iced tea. Seriously, Google search it. Here's a woman in West Virginia. Same scenario, by the way. The iced tea, same kind of worm. An inspection found rat droppings and other varmint droppings in other. Here's another one. In Ohio, they found worms at the bottom of their tea. There's a couple of theories. And honestly, Dana, they can believe what they want, but this happened, and it happened to you, and it's disgusting, right?
Until it actually does.
What is your engagement? Because I reached out to the owner. He owns 7 of them here locally. Did they ever call you and ask you what happened, and were they nice to you?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. Owns multiple McDonald's.
Yep.
Very nice. Very apologetic. Couldn't ask for a nicer person.
But never
there
really
was no
admitted that it happened, and
resolution.
never really kind of explained how it could have happened, but never said, lady, you're stupid, there's no way this happened, right?
Correct. I just want to know how it could happen, and here's the thing. Why is it still happening after all these years and no corrections are made? I just don't understand that.
JP,
when somebody wants to
John
fix
Perry with us. You're probably the smartest lawyer I've ever known, and you do crazy research. Do you because they haven't really been cooperative with you? Is that fair, McDonald's?
Hey, they've not been uncooperative. They just don't care. So, they haven't provided us any information. They haven't agreed to do any kind of investigation. They haven't suggested they were going to apologize. So I guess that's uncooperative, yeah.
And JP, we've looked at a bunch of these cases. Do you have any even theory? I've heard dirty iced tea containers. I've heard tea bags and possible worms. But no, because there's several. You saw the same cases I do. This does happen, and it's happened around the country.
Yeah, there may be some kind of communication between the ice catcher at the front of the machine that drains into the same drain that the ice itself drains into, and there may not be a screen or a filter between the two. So, the worms may be somehow hatching in the first ice tube and then crawling their way up into the second one. But that's just a theory.
And the truth is, I'm sorry, I've got a piece of candy in my mouth. I'm trying to do 2 things at once, and it's hard enough for me to do one. JP, the truth is, a lot of this came down to staff shortages during COVID, and even staff shortages now. And what I've been told anecdotally is some issues with cleaning these items properly, which is why these don't turn up in Coke, because all those containers are self-contained. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's no question there's sanitary issues here, which was, disappointing that the county health department wasn't willing to get involved either. This doesn't happen if you're following good sanitary practices, no question.
And Dana, wouldn't it be really smart of McDonald's and the owner, I think he owns 7 or 8, he's actually a pretty good guy, to just come out and say, look, we made a mistake. We're fixing it.
Correct.
We apologize. Yep. We move on, right?
Well, listen, if they had called me instead of you and Dana called me, that's exactly what I would have told them to do. You take responsibility for your mistakes, and you run a good, reputable business, and you'll continue to be successful, but you can't do this. And, Marty, we should point out that there's a movie. It's on all the streaming services. You can even get on YouTube. It's called Hot Coffee.
Yep.
It's about the McDonald's hot coffee spill that people got so outraged about. How could that crazy jury give that woman all that money? I encourage your listeners to watch it, because when you watch it, you will come away thinking that jury didn't give that woman enough money, because it was to punish McDonald's for knowingly choosing to burn people every year so that they didn't lose coffee sale profits. That's where the verdict was based on. And the verdict was 1 week's worth of coffee profits from McDonald's worldwide. 1 week. And you know what McDonald's did after they had to pay that? Well, it got severely reduced. It got reduced to a couple million. They kept their coffee at the same boiling point because their studies showed they would sell more coffee if they kept it hot like that. So they were willing to burn people and pay for the burns and not lose coffee sales.
And JP, you know this because I've done a lot of these stories with allegations about sex assault in different McDonald's. McDonald's corporate disowned any kind of ownership of that issue because they say, I don't own those. Those are franchises. So now you have, let's blame the franchisee rather than correcting the problem. And there's also some of that here, is there not, sir?
Well, there's a lot of that going on. And I have to tell you, years ago I had a case against McDonald's, and they flew their risk manager in, and they cared about their brand. They apologized to the family. They paid legitimate money on the case. And she said, I go to risk management seminars, and I hear people say that, this happens once in a million times, so you need to think about it. And I raise my hand and say, well, if it happens once in a million times, that's going to happen more than 40 times in my restaurants every day.
Wow.
But they cared back then, Marty, and I don't see the same level of corporate caring today.
Dana, are you done with McDonald's,
Yes.
or you go back there? What's your play?
Oh, I've been since that day. I'm done. There's nothing that's going to make me want to go back and eat or drink there again. I spend so much money every single day, sometimes twice a day, with my work schedule going there for breakfast and for lunch. And I hate to say it, but word of mouth travels fast. And every one of my coworkers witnessed this, will not go back there either, or anybody else I know.
And like JP says, just give us a simple, act like professionals, explain it and apologize and move move on.
Yes, fix it. That's all they got to do. Fix it. Fix it, please.
Dana, I love you. I appreciate you telling your story. The truth is always truth to power, and it's a hell of a tale, and you're telling the truth.
Right back at you, Marty.
JP, you're my man, brother. Thank you.
Anytime, Marty. Have a good day.
Thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
See ya.
Scary stuff, folks. Scary and kind of gross.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance They have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-488-1329. That's 800-488-1329.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly sunny and 71 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Multiple law enforcement agencies are investigating a series of gun store robberies in Pittsburgh. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
The crimes are similar, with young people smashing windows, grabbing as many firearms as possible, and leaving in a stolen car. Allegheny Arms owner Josh Rose says his Bethel Park store was hit in January.
In our case alone, they stole almost 60 firearms, and they were only in the store 40-odd seconds.
Rose says police have recovered some of the guns, but
even if you figure half have been recovered, that's still almost 30 firearms that are out on the street right now.
KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin reports Judge Tiffany Sizemore declares juveniles arrested for gun store robberies mentally incompetent to stand trial and releases them to a parent. He says the same teens go on to break into more gun shops. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
The city needs lifeguards. News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has more.
The hope is that each of the 18 pools, except for the under-construction Homewood pool, would be open. So, roughly speaking, the city needs about 200 lifeguards for the season. City Parks Director Catherine Vargas says they know how competitive the field is for students looking for summer work, so they're bumping the pay this year to start at $17.48 an hour. Mayor Ed Gainey also encourages retirees to consider grabbing a whistle, saying the best lifeguards are the ones who are best known in the community. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
The man who heads up the Southwest Pennsylvania Commission is reacting to yesterday's announcement that Kennywood, Idlewild, and Sandcastle are being sold to Hershend, the owners of Dollywood. Rich Fitzgerald telling the Big K Morning Show he hopes the new owners don't take away those Pittsburgh memories.
Yeah, they'll probably want to add a few things, but, you know, you think about all the great memories so many Pittsburghers have of spending their school picnic or whatever it might be at Kennywood and Sandcastle and Idlewild over the years where you get to take your grandchildren for the first time. It's special memories.
Fitzgerald noted that not all communities have 3 local amusement parks that have become such an annual tradition for many local residents. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 284 points, the Nasdaq up 186, the S&P 500 is up 44. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage Service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Isley's is honored to partner with the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank as the two come together to support Feed the Need. For generations, Isley's has been known for quality products you have come to love, including local favorites like chipped ham, barbecue sauce, and old-fashioned ice cream, found at your neighborhood grocery store. They continue to build on that legacy by offering a new taste of history with Boulevard Coffee. Isley's requests that you consider joining them and the Greater Pittsburgh Food Bank in raising much-needed funds for our neighbors in need.
At Giant Eagle,
they've seen why Pittsburgh is called the City of Champions. Since 2020, with Odyssey and local communities, they've provided over 3.3 million meals through the Feed the Need Radiothon. This year, they're helping again. They're going to team up again with Odyssey and the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, who've been helping those in need for over 40 years. Giant Eagle, they're proud to fight hunger in the communities we call home. Donate today at KDKARadio.com.
Hey, folks, Marty here. My friend Robert Levin and his entire Levin Furniture staff and his team are celebrating Levin's 105th birthday. Check out these amazing savings. Start with 20% off, plus 60 months financing with no money down. And as a special Levin 105th birthday bonus, get a $105 Levin card when you spend $999. There's also incredible 105th birthday deals throughout the stores. Celebrate Levin's 105th at all Levin Furniture and Mattress location. Hey, folks, Marty Griffin. I go back years with Rob Pierce from Robert Pierce and Associates, one of my go-to guys. They've been at it more than 40 years. Clients are never charged unless the case is won. That remains the foundation of this firm's work. Led by managing partner Rob Pierce, this family-owned firm dedicated to helping friends and neighbors in the fight against negligence, wrongdoing, and abuse. I've seen it, folks. Skilled professionals, professional injury attorneys, and legal professionals. The firm provides compassionate and experienced representation to injury victims and their families, from personal injury and nursing home abuse to medical malpractice and Social Security disability cases. Robert Pierce and Associates been serving communities around this city, state, and the region for 40 years, committed to ensuring full and fair compensation. Call them right now for a no-obligation consultation. 412-214-7477.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of clouds and sun the rest of today. A breezy and seasonably warm afternoon with a high of 79. That would beat the record of 78 set in 1898. A mild night ahead, partly to mostly cloudy skies. Watch out for a shower late, low 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-921-5252. 800-921-5252. That's 800-921-5252.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Build monthly.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Parmar store. See for yourself. Download the Parmar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
All right, Wednesday, halfway through the week. Man, we're getting there. And what a day it's going to be. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 today, right here, KDK.
Why am I doing wow? Because a woman just sent me a video of a girl getting hit by a car. Wow. And I'm getting texts. I've been talking about this for days now. We're on the air. So we had Mike Fisher on from Pittsburgh Scanner. He's become a regular because the stuff's so compelling, because it's happening so often. in Pittsburgh with crime, and then the CVS downtown was robbed, vandalized, whatever you want to call it, 6 times, 7 times since yesterday. While we were on the air, Mike just sent me this. So he was on the air about 11. Yeah. While we were on the air, this happened at Lululemon. So we're talking about how gangs of punks run into Lululemon, grab a whole bunch of stuff and run out. Thousands of dollars worth of it. And how cops don't get called out. They just don't. And they come in, they take a report over the phone. Man. And it's their new thing. Because they don't have enough people. It's this crazy, it's called the phone unit. And so while we were on the air, he just sending me this. He's reaching for the sound right now. Check this out. A girl ran out of the store and into the car, and the car sped away. So a girl was while we were on the air, wow. While we were on the air with Mike Fisher from Pittsburgh Scanner, oh, here it is. He's amazing. I got to play this for you. While we were on the air talking about all these damn robberies, listen to this, listen.
Shoplifting called the Lululemon at 15520 Walnut Street off of Collidan and Filbert. 2 suspicious black female shoplifting currently. One's wearing braids, white shirt, blue leggings and glassings, and one's wearing a green shirt and jeans.
One more time. So we're on the air with him, talking about how Lululemon in Shadyside's getting ripped off a couple times a week for thousands of dollars. While we're on the air, this happens. While we're on the air.
Shoplifting called the Lululemon at 5520 Walnut Street off of Collidan and Filbert. 2 suspicious black female shoplifting currently. One's wearing braids, white shirt, blue leggings and glassings, and one's wearing a green shirt and jeans.
It's unbelievable to me. That's the Lululemon in Walnut Street. And the more this happened, and the less we see people either A, arrested or B, punished, this will continue. I'm not trying to be flippant or cynical. This is how folks make their living now. And CVS robbed 7 times, whatever you want to call it, shoplifted, robbed 7 times since yesterday. One CVS store downtown, 7 times since yesterday. My man Mike, what's up? Mike.
Hi, Marty.
How are you?
Yes, Marty. Marty, where concerning these CVS robberies and stuff related to that, the question is, where are the vigilantes when you need them?
Oh. You're laughing, but you're laughing, but there's an ominous kind of aspect to this. At some point, someone behind some counter is going to shoot someone with a candy bar or a pair of Lululemon slacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time.
No, it isn't time, sir. It is not time for some Joge to play amateur hour and to shoot someone taking a candy bar. It's not time, sir. It just isn't. I will never, ever buy into what you're selling there. Go away. And it's not funny to me. But people get mad. This is why I don't think amateurs should have guns. It's the telephone reporting unit from one of my boys. This is what's so annoying about what's happening with... By the way, I'm getting my phone blown up with police chiefs and cops. And they're right. This is called the TRU. Thanks, brothers. Telephone Reporting Unit. Zone Supervisors. This is what we're doing now. This is Pittsburgh's version of alleged law enforcement because they don't have enough people. Zone Supervisors dump everything on the Telephone Reporting Unit so the units don't have to take reports. You know what this is like, Patrick? This is like those idiots when you try and get someone on the phone and you end up with these friggin' recordings, you know what I'm saying, with a customer service or whatever. But now what's happening is you have 7 friggin' robberies, burglaries, theft, whatever the hell you want to call it, from one CVS in 12 hours, and the folks at CVS are told to call the telephone reporting unit. From one of my boys, the worst thing in Pittsburgh Police Department history is the telephone reporting unit. Does nothing but promote this BS. If I'm a criminal and I'm trying to make a living, and I know what the rules of engagement are. Number one, there aren't any cops to answer calls. Number two, if they do answer a call, I got to shoot someone or stab. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. I'm just being legit. I got to attack someone, commit a felony. Okay? Number three, I know that I can walk into any store on earth right now in Pittsburgh, CVS, Lululemon. And by the way, the stuff at Lululemon is expensive. It's quality. I love it. The pants I have on right now are about $130. Shirts are like $80. I wear it every day. So I'm a fan. I'm not disparaging Lululemon. So I know I can go into that store, and Patrick said, because his wife has a big job in retail, people walk in, they grab boatloads of this stuff, right, brother? This is their thing now.
Armfuls. Sometimes they'll even bring their own bags, and they will just clear off a shelf.
Tell me the numbers.
Load it up and run out the door.
Tell me the numbers from one store in one day in New York, the number of theft. One store.
One store, $25,000 a day.
One store.
One store.
In New York.
And the cops would be sitting right down the street and not do a thing.
And so what happens is, so here I have the CVS at Craig and Center Avenue is getting crushed by one person. Wow. One person every day at Craig and Center Avenue goes into the CVS, steals $400 to $500 worth of merchandise, and police don't respond or follow up. Is that justice? Is that the America you want? Is that the Pittsburgh you want? Is that where we're headed? One store, CVS, $500 a day. It's absolutely ridiculous.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
It's almost that time for us to feed the need with Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank on KDKA Radio. On March 25th, our Giant Eagle Feed the Need Radiothon will be raising money to provide meals for our neighbors in need. Text NEED to 50155 on our Allegiant Community Federal Union text line, and your donation will provide meals locally. Brought to you in part by Rome Monuments, Hampton Beer Outlet, and Memorial Highway. Details at kdkaradio.com.
Folks, I love this company. Universal Windows Direct. I'm going to tell you why. I know folks that have their windows and they love them. And I'll tell you what they really love too, the price. So check this out. Tax season's here. What a better way to reinvest in your home than these brand new energy efficient windows. During this special right now, Universal Windows Direct's tax time sale. Save big. Make your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Check this out. Right now, buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. You get it. And here's something that's amazing. Pay no interest until 2030. Come on, folks. 2030. That's right. No interest for 6 years. 412-545-6003. It's an amazing company. It's an amazing window. This is an amazing opportunity. Universal Windows Direct. 412, I love them, I'm telling you. 545-6003. Go for it.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us. And we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
My name is Joanne. I'm 75 years old, and I have lost 35 pounds on Awaken 180 weight loss. I was pre-diabetic. I was ready to go on cholesterol medication. My blood pressure was up even on medication. Now I have no need for cholesterol medication. My blood sugar is fine, and I actually am cutting down on my blood pressure medicine. I have knee replacements and hip replacements, and I had difficulty walking, and now I can walk without any problem. I feel lighter. I feel more energetic. It is a lifestyle that will help you to lose weight without medication.
Thanks, Joanne. Paul Alexander here. Stories like Joanne's are the reason I continue to share the Awaken 180 message. The results speak for themselves, and I'm confident you'll have the same success if you let them show you how. Do what Joanne did, what I did, and what over 24,000 others have done, and choose the solution for weight loss online at awaken180weightloss.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. More than a dozen U.S. oil and gas company CEOs are meeting with President Trump at the White House today, expressing gratitude for his support of fossil fuels, the deregulation of the industry, and his push for more oil and gas exploration in the U.S. But they also want to talk about the impact of lower oil prices on their profits and what his tariffs on steel and aluminum products could mean for drilling and exploration, and a lot more. The Federal Reserve is out with a decision on interest rates later today. No change in rates expected, but what has Wall Street higher at this hour? A lot of anticipation of an upbeat outlook on the economy from Fed Chief Jerome Powell, and maybe some hints about future rate cuts. That's why the Dow is up about 0.2%, the NASDAQ 1% higher, the S&P 500 0.75% higher. And AI will soon be taking your order at Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC. Yum Brands teaming up with AI chipmaker NVIDIA to build AI voice ordering technology for drive-thrus. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Something else just happened at CVS downtown. Mike just sent me a text. I don't know, were they hit again? I don't know, but we're going to find out. It says CVS Fifth Avenue just put out. I don't know what that means. But we're finding out. Meanwhile, the telephone reporting units. So what happened is Larry, who's gone now, he's a basketball referee, Chirato, he put this into place to try and get more guys out in the streets, in essence. And they don't want you walking in off the streets reporting a crime, and they don't have enough people to go to the CVS. This is the truth. They're at least 250 cops short. So now CVS is ripped off 7 times in a day. There's no one to answer the call. Lululemon's ripped off 5 times in a week. There's no cops to answer the call. You call some telephone reporting unit. My man Bob, who's been in law enforcement for at least 40 years, brother, you hate this, and it's worthless, isn't it?
Oh, it affects everybody that doesn't realize they're also a victim of it, too. And that, what I'm talking about is the insurance fraud that takes place with these telephone reporting units. And all of a sudden, every house has a REMWAR in it on a burglary report. Every car stolen has golf clubs in the trunk.
Oh.
And, you know, when approximately 30...
Hold on, let's explain this. This is actually brilliant. So I'm calling in a so-called crime that might not even happen, but now the cops have it as a report and they don't see it, so I make it up. Wow.
Well, or you have a partial crime and you just add to it.
Oh.
A national statistic for NICB was that they estimate that 30 to 50% of all reported vehicles stolen. When the cop's taking a report, he's talking to the guy that stole the car. That's because when economy goes down, people have $600-700 car payments, a lease. They can't afford it. They can't turn it in. So we just find a garage to hide it in for 30 days, report it stolen. The car's paid off in 30 days, and the car miraculously shows up on the street.
And then, my man, there's this aspect of Lululemon and CVS. There is no law enforcement. Just do whatever the hell you want.
Well, exactly right. The watchdog without teeth isn't much of a watchdog.
My man, just got the eighth call for a robbery or shoplifting at CVS downtown in the last 13 hours. Can you imagine that? Listen to this. Hold on 1 second. Listen. Just happened.
Yeah, it's got onto the CVS 242 Fifth Avenue. It's off McMaster's Way or Bookway. I'm assuming this is for a shoplifting. The only information I have is a description that says black female, black leather coat, copper pants, and a pink bag.
So Bob, that's the 7th call in less than 12 hours.
Well, it gets to the point when the watchdog's not there, these folks are so arrogant, they're not stealing anymore. They're not shoplifting. They're in their door just doing their normal shopping in their eyes.
By the way, my man's right on. He's right on. It's well, I got a note here that $400 to $500 a day. Same guy stealing from the CVS in Oakland. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Marty. I think I've gotten tired of working. I'm just going to go to Pittsburgh, get what I need, and go home. I don't have to pay for it, so I don't need a job.
No, it's actually.
I think everybody should do that.
This is actually what's happening. Actually, it's actually what's happening.
They don't start punishing them, it's going to get worse.
Man, wow. If the actor is no longer at the scene, it goes to the telephone reporting unit. Wow. Debbie, go ahead. Man.
Okay, just real quick, Marty. Yeah. I would like for you to get one of our state reps or senators in for an interview with you because you're so good at this. But, I called the state attorney general's office, and they said you have to start at the local level. So I did call Fontana's office and asked that he petition the state attorney general to look into these activist judges. And she said she would let him know. So I would like to get him on, one of them on with you.
I'm with you, my dear, but let me say this. People elected them.
Yeah, I know, but they're not doing their jobs.
Hold on. They didn't run on a lie, my dear. They ran as activist judges and won with 3,000 friggin' votes because no one else turned up. Believe me, I'm all for it. Throw the bums out, but elections have consequences, and this is one of them. So 7 or 8 times now there's been shoplifting calls from the CVS in downtown Pittsburgh. Guess which store will be leaving Pittsburgh next? Well, let me think.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
This is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich from Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, and we'd like to say thank you.
Thank you for making Petite the premier kitchen and bath design center and remodeler in Western Pennsylvania.
For over 50 years, you've welcomed us into your homes to help solve your remodeling problems. Our goal is, and always has been, to avoid the nightmare of remodeling. We want to give you the kitchen or bath of your dreams.
Thank you for taking it one step further. You recommended us to your friends. There's no greater statement of satisfaction than to say to a friend, I love my Petite Kitchen, or I'm so happy with my Petite Bath. You should call them too.
From custom creation to expert installation, you don't have to go anywhere else. And you didn't. You came to Petite. So, thank you.
And to those of you who haven't been to Petite yet, haven't you waited long enough? PA 625.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by American Military University. Dan Clare, an Air Force veteran and spokesperson for the powerful organization Disabled American Veterans, shares what his members are saying about recent VA layoffs and the surprising lack of details coming from VA leadership.
We're getting people calling us frequently. They're scared, they're angry, they don't understand what's going on, and they don't understand how that's going to affect them. One of the people who contacted us was she was doing alternative health treatment for the VA that could get people off of pain meds. We've had other people talk to us, and it's just, there's a lot of concern, there's a lot of anxiety over what's going on right now.
CBS Eye on Veterans is presented by American Military University. Veterans and their families receive 10% off undergraduate and master's level programs at American Military University, where your service is honored with savings.
Hey, you want to give your bathroom a fresh, luxurious upgrade? My friends Nick and Larry at Boulevard Glass and Metal, they designed custom glass shower doors that bring elegance and style to any bathroom. Sleek, frameless designs to custom finishes, they do all of it. Enjoy shower doors that fit your style and space perfectly. Durable, easy to clean, and built to last. Your dream bathroom, it starts here. Visit BoulevardGlassandMetal.com for that free consultation. A stunning shower is just a call away.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly sunny and 73 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. Multiple law enforcement agencies are investigating a series of gun store robberies in the Pittsburgh area. News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
The crimes are similar, with young people smashing windows, grabbing as many firearms as possible, and leaving in a stolen car. Allegheny Arms owner Josh Rose says his Bethel Park store was hit in January.
In our case alone, they stole almost 60 firearms, and they were only in the store 40-odd seconds.
Rose says police have recovered some of the guns, but
even if you figure half have been recovered, that's still almost 30 firearms that are out on the street right now.
KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin reports Judge Tiffany Sizemore declares juveniles arrested for gun store robberies mentally incompetent to stand trial and releases them to a parent. He says the same teens go on to break into more gun shops. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A judge in the Dominican Republic opened the door Tuesday for the last person that saw the missing Pitt student, Sudaska Kanaki, alive to return to the U.S. After a hearing that lasted nearly 5 hours, the judge said Joshua Ribe was free to leave and ordered authorities to release his passport. Previously, Ribe was restricted to the resort, and police escorted him whenever he left his room. Also on Tuesday, Kanaki's parents said they're convinced she drowned in high ocean waves. A 29-year-old man is accused of trying to take explicit images of a woman inside Giant Eagle's Monroeville store. Brandon Bass allegedly tried to take an upskirt pic at the meat counter. Bass fled the store when he was confronted by a customer, and police stopped him a short distance away from the store. Officers say surveillance video shows Bass had a cell phone secured to his shoe. He's facing charges including attempted invasion of privacy and harassment. Police say Bass is a convicted sex offender, and he was investigated for a similar act in 2022. A participant in a running of the Pierogies race during a light-up night downtown has filed a lawsuit claiming she was seriously injured during the event. Belinda Brown alleges in the lawsuit against Pittsburgh Associates, which has offices at PNC Park, that an unsecured wet and slippery rubber mat was placed at the beginning of the race, causing her to lose her balance and fall. Brown claims she suffered multiple injuries from the fall and now suffers from anxiety and depression. She claims the incident continues to impact her physical, emotional, and psychological health. She is demanding a jury trial. Pittsburgh's NAACP branch is facing challenges. As News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush reports, the civil rights group is without a president.
During a meeting attended by the NAACP's National Vice President of Governance, Compliance, and Training on Monday in the Hill District, it was announced Chapter President Dalen Davis had resigned.
I resigned because I have a job opportunity, and I can't be the president of the organization and take the job opportunity.
Davis says he was in no way pressured to step down.
I enjoyed it. I appreciate the wonderful people that I met. Again, I inherited a lot of complications of the local unit, but that's not why I'm leaving.
Davis says the group has contact information for 100 of its 700 active members and 9,000 inactive members on its rolls. The National NAACP staff are helping the organization recruit and update information so members can participate in an electronic election process. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 215 points, the Nasdaq up 166, the S&P 500 is up 37. KDK Sports, the NCAA College Basketball Tournament tips off tomorrow. Robert Morris will play Alabama on Friday. That's a 12:40 tip in Cleveland. KDK Radio News Time 103. Time to call Goldberg, Persky, and White, attorneys at law, 1-800-266-7539, or visit gplaw.com. Partly sunny and 73 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Beds are us when dreams don't get in. Beds are us. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 412-556-BATH. Beds are us when dreams don't get in. Beds are us.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-207-4545. That's 800-207-4545. Once again, that's 800-207-4545.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks.
Hi, this is Les Botkin of Botkin Family Wealth Management. There are times in life that stick with you. For me, it was 1973. I was newly married and had started my first job as an assistant golf pro at Butler Country Club. I remember driving down Route 8, seeing signs that said cars with odd numbered plates could buy $5 of gas. Cars got about 12 miles a gallon, so $5 didn't go far. Odd and even license numbers took turns, if the gas station even had fuel. Those were bleak days. It looked like things would never get better. The Dow was 924 that year, and few people thought it would go higher. Today, it's over 40,000. My most important job as a financial advisor is to help you keep perspective and optimism. Bad markets come and go, but the great companies of the world continue to march forward. In difficult times, it's natural to worry, but you need a partner to help you avoid making emotional decisions about your money. We're a family team of certified financial planners. Learn more at botkinfamilywwealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Becoming breezy and unseasonably warm for the rest of today with clouds and sunshine and a high of 79. And tonight will be mild, partly cloudy skies early, mostly cloudy with a shower or two around late, though 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you've been listening from the start, and I know you have because you can't help yourself, it's been a rather dramatic day. A lot of crime stuff, a lot of stuff downtown, a lot of stuff with theft. This is the most recent recording audio from 911 of theft at the CVS downtown. 7th person since yesterday. Listen.
Yeah, it's got onto the CVS 242 Fifth Avenue. It's off McMaster's Way or Bookway. I'm assuming this is for a shoplifting. The only information I have is a description that says black female, black leather coat, copper pants, and a pink bag. And may see it, it's for the CVS. Complaint says the female filled up a large bag with merchandise, is currently leaving, heading towards Market Square.
Wow. So that's the what's been happening at this CVS. We've been reporting it all morning and complaining that this telephone reporting unit, and they don't have enough cops to respond. We got to be fair when this stuff happens. We got to be spot on and call them as we see them. Balls and strikes. Cops are all over this one. Hey, they're doing the best they can, man. They're 250, 300 cops short. But my man Mike Fisher, none of this happens without him, a Pittsburgh scanner. First of all, man, Mike, it's been crazy, man. Crazy, right?
Been an eventful day.
Yeah, brother. So we have a development regarding this most recent theft at the CVS. Tell us what you know, sir.
We heard that 4 police officers were able to find the individual who shoplifted from the CVS literally just minutes ago in Triangle Park, and they're currently talking to them and, yes, processing the scene.
So Patrick's trying to point out Triangle Park's kind of sort of near Market Square, right?
Yeah, it's
kind of,
about,
sort of. Yeah, it's reasonable.
Right? Go ahead, Patrick.
It's maybe a block and a half down from the CVS.
Is it kind of a hangout? I don't know. Mike?
Yes, and there's usually here overdoses from Triangle Park, so that's kind of where those people hang out at.
So 4 cops grabbed this woman that looked like she had a big bag of stuff from CVS.
Yes.
All right, my man. Thanks, brother.
Yep.
Let me know when the next one happens.
See you in a couple minutes.
Wow. You want to laugh, but to which I say is this is as good as it gets, and I hope it isn't. And I keep harping on it, man, but if I'm running for mayor, I do one thing: law and order. And I get my crew and my little film guy, and I stand in front of the CVS. And I lay this out. And I say, is this as good as it gets? Then I move on over to the shady side, and I stand in front of the Lululemon. And I say, is this as good as it gets? Because they were just ripped off. You want to hear it?
Shoplifting called the Lululemon at 5520 Walnut Street off of Collinden and Filbert. 2 suspicious black females shoplifting currently. One's wearing braids, white shirt, blue leggings and glassings, and one's wearing a green shirt and jeans.
Oh, wow, 2 people. And that's where I'm doing it if I'm the mayor. Day after day after day after day, I'm doing it. Day after day until it's done. And I don't care if I have to beg the nonprofits. I'm getting a public safety fund going. I don't care if I have to call a meeting of all the CEOs and say, I need $1 million from everyone in this room to save Pittsburgh. Would you like to save Pittsburgh? And then we do it. We have to. We can't raise taxes. That's the dumbest idea going. Can't. You just can't. The city's shrinking, for God's sakes. And there's this griminess to it. And there aren't enough cops. And think if your daughter or your mom is working at CVS, your grandmother, because they have older folks too. This is what they have to deal with. It's ridiculous. And at the end of the day, folks, if we don't have law and order, we lose the city completely. Back in the day, one of my boys that worked downtown, I wanted to kind of get into this. When they used to arrest shoplifters, cops would, back in the 80s, so to suggest this is a new problem probably isn't that accurate. Back in the 80s, cops would arrest 30 to 40 people a month for shoplifting in Kaufman's downtown. A month. To show you how much Kaufman's cared, at that time, Kaufman's had 6 to 8 plainclothes detectives arresting shoplifters. Now they have no one at these stores. They can't. It's just, there's 8,000 reasons why. They don't know how to do it. They don't know the proper way to do it. And the truth of the matter is that it's out of control. To imagine that one CVS downtown, 7 cases of shoplifting in one full day. To which I would say is this as good as it gets. I hope to hell not. But for now, it's looking that way. When we get back, you got to hear this compelling, riveting, gut-wrenching interview with the parents of this poor girl from Pitt who looks like she drowned. Poor thing.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
If you are new to Medicare and have questions, Aetna can help. Aetna has a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plan includes benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-3415 to learn more. A licensed agent will answer your call.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Luck is on your side at Bowser Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Find your perfect Subaru at Bowser today. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Forester Premium, VIN SH544002, for only $298 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Subaru today and take advantage of this limited time offer. MSRP $34,928, 10,000 miles per year. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. No security deposit required. With credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends March 31st. Now that's the power of Bowser. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
My friends at NASCO, I love NASCO Roofing. They take pride in exceeding thousands of customers' expectation. Great roofing, great service. Janet from Pittsburgh was pleased with how quickly NASCO did her job. She loves NASCO's professional courtesy and the price. Roofs are all NASCO does. Thousands of customers like Janet. Let them satisfy your next roof. Call NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. Most jobs done in a day and special financing. NASCO.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with the USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
Hey, folks, John Perry is a good friend, and he's a great lawyer, one of the best. Top to bottom, the lawyers on his staff are amazing, including his sons, by the way, Alex and Trevor. They have some of the biggest settlements and wins in Pennsylvania history. They're feared by doctors and insurance companies. I have sent family, and friends there. Perry Calder Law, 412-281-4200. Perry Calder Law, 412-281-4200. The best I've ever seen.
It's freezing, but C. Harper has some sizzling news for you. Warm up your ride with C. Harper Cadillac. For more information, stop by their dealership in Bell Vernon or visit them online at charpercadillac.com. C. Harper Cadillac, the best price every time, all the time.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Man, my friends at Coit, welcoming spring, huge savings. I love this. Coit Clean. Get your house Coit Clean right now. Save 40% off all Coit cleaning services. Carpets, rugs, drapes, upholstery. Man, they kicked butt in my house. I mean, amazing stuff. They'll do the same in yours. Call Coit right now. Save 40% off everything. 1-800-FOR-COIT. 1-800-FOR-COIT. Get your home cleaned by the best. Pittsburgh's best. They're also hiring. Call Coit's team right now, 1-800-FOR-COIT. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I got to play this for anyone out there who's ever experienced grief, because I think this captured yesterday. You know, there's some things that we have no contact with, no association with, but you feel their pain because we're all parents. I have daughters, 2 daughters, and they go on trips, and it scares the crap out of me, but you can't tie them to a chair and make them watch Mr. Rogers reruns. And so they go on spring break trips. And sometimes they go to Mexico, and sometimes they go to Punta Cana. And then I saw that young man, I guess he was from Iowa, that was kind of sucked into this. And then here's what happens. Everyone around the world connects the dots and says, oh, he killed her, when he was just met her at a club or something. He was on the beach with her. And I heard all the cops that came from the States and interviewed him and others and said, look, the kid told us the truth, man. And the young man said, look, we were out. It was late. We got swept up in a wave. I struggled to get back in the water, out of the water, and I don't know where she was. Patrick was showing me the surf there. It's crazy. And it always ends up being personal, but I've been in undertow before, and it's frightening. And to imagine it's at night and it's dark. And so they wanted their daughter declared dead because it helps the investigation. It helps with 1,000 things. And they held a news conference, spoke to the media yesterday, and I wanted you to hear this to understand from their point of view what life ends up being like with your daughter gone. Listen to this. Listen.
Both sides of the authorities have shown us how high the ocean waves were at the time of incident. And both sides of the authorities also clarified that the person of interest is not suspect from the killing. The killing does with deep sadness and is heavy.
He's trying to grab his wife.
They're coming to the terms with the stats that our daughter has done. We have encountered the difficult for us to process. We kindly ask you to keep our daughter in your prayers.
the whole time his wife was losing it. He said something that really struck me. He said, I have 2 other kids, and I have to raise them. Without getting real personal, a woman that we know very well in our family, she died last weekend. 50 years old. 50. Has 2 kids. One of them is a freshman. In college, the other one is a sophomore, junior. And she had a genetic heart issue, and she died in their home, their mom. And I was sitting there last night holding my wife's hand thinking, my God, what the hell do you do? And without getting too personal about it, the young man was there when his mom had the heart attack, which is apparently what happened. And he tried to resuscitate his mom. So he's a sophomore in college. And we see him a lot. And I'm sitting there. There's all this crap that you complain about. You know what I mean? The weather, taking out the trash, paying your bills, your boss, whatever the hell aggravates you. And then you think this. You think of that family. And how the hell do you go on, man? And where do you go on to? Then I start hoping they find her body, and that sounds morbid, but Jesus. Girl is gorgeous, too. Not that that's relevant, but you think, how do I breathe now? And Dad said something that I would have said, I got 2 other kids I got to raise now. And how do you go on as a parent? And if they never find her body, which is possible, man, you go out, swept out to sea and the elements and sharks and all that. How do you survive? How do you breathe? And with the situation here and the family that we know, I don't know. I'm speechless about it. I kind of spend my career, right? We try to help people, and you think, what do we do here? What do we do here? What, flowers maybe? Maybe make a couple dinners. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but man, when your mom dies at 50 and you're 19 years old. When your mom dies at 50 and you're 22 years old and you're there with her trying to save her life, what do you do? How do you take your next step? It's unfathomable pain. Next time you want to complain about the dressing on your salad, think about the folks that have to deal with this and how they can never breathe again, honestly, without feeling insane pain. Our prayers and thoughts are with them. That's the best we can do right now.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey, folks, it's Marty Griffin. Tax season is here. What a better way to reinvest in your home than brand new windows from Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Tax time sale. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. And finance now, no interest until 2030. 412-545-6003. Amazing windows, amazing sale, amazing service. 412-545-6003.
RuPaul's Drag Race is back with a wet and wild new season, and you can watch it all on MTV with Philo. With Philo, you can enjoy live TV from your favorite channels like MTV, VH1, AMC, Discovery, BET, and more. Plus, an unlimited DVR that lets you save and rewatch anything you want for up to a year. We've also got a collection of over 80,000 hit movies and shows that you can watch anytime, and the entire AMC Plus library, all for just $28 a month when you sign up at philo.tv. Enjoy Philo on your laptop, tablet, phone, or TV, and stream on up to 3 devices at once. So what are you waiting for? Dive into the splashiest extravaganza yet and start watching the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race live on MTV with Philo for an unbeatable price. To start your 7-day free trial and make sure you get the best price for the TV you love, visit philo.tv today. That's PHILO.TV.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 73 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Repeat juvenile offenders are among the suspects in a series of gun store robberies in the Pittsburgh area. Police are making arrests. A man and a teen are in custody for the latest burglary on Monday. KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin has learned Judge Tiffany Sizemore is declaring juveniles arrested for break-ins at gun stores mentally incompetent to stand trial and releasing them to a parent. That confirms the suspicions of Allegheny Arms owner Josh Rowe.
I'm glad that has been confirmed. It's a horrendous situation that we're having to work with, but yeah, I'm glad that you found that out. Yeah.
60 weapons were stolen from Rowe's Bethel Park store in January. While police have recovered some of the firearms, Rowe says most of them were sold and are still on the streets. A combination of dry and windy conditions will create an elevated risk of wildfires across western Pennsylvania this afternoon. Residents are urged to be cautious handling machinery, cigarettes, matches. When dry grass and leaves begin to burn, fire can spread rapidly. Pennsylvania State Fire Commissioner Thomas Cook talked about the wildfire warnings on the Big K Morning Show.
Pennsylvania is falling in line with what we're seeing across the rest of the nation, where with lack of rainfall, the underbrush is dry and ready to function as a tinderbox.
He says wildfires in this region are actually more common than people think. The man who heads up the Southwest Pennsylvania Commission is reacting to yesterday's announcement that Kennywood, Idlewild, and Sandcastle are being sold to Hershend, the owners of Dollywood. Rich Fitzgerald telling the Big K Morning Show he hopes the new owners don't take the Pittsburgh memories out of the parks.
Yeah, they'll probably want to add a few things, but, you think about all the great memories so many Pittsburghers have of spending their school picnic or whatever it might be at Kennywood and Sandcastle and Idlewild over the years, where you get to take your grandchildren for the first time. It's special memories.
Fitzgerald noted that not all communities have 3 local amusement parks that have become such a special tradition for local residents. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 126 points, the NASDAQ up 101. The S&P 500 is up 22 points. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Luck is on your side at Bowser Subaru during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Find your perfect Subaru at Bowser today. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Forester Premium, VIN SH544002, for only $298 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Subaru today and take advantage of this limited time offer. MSRP $34,928, 10,000 miles per year. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. No security deposit required. with credit approval and financing through SMFL. See Bowser Subaru for complete details. Offer ends March 31st. Now that's the power of Bowser. BowserSubaru.com. Bowser Subaru, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
When you buy appliances, they break. It's just the truth. Check this out. Voss TV and Appliance. They have their own crews, their own folks, techs that fix this stuff, and they're magnificent. Here's the other thing about Voss. Our dishwasher broke. They got a new dishwasher in our house within a week and a half. In this marketplace, in crazy weather, during crazy times. Voss TV and Appliance, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Intervals of clouds and sunshine the rest of today. Breezy and unseasonably warm this afternoon with a high of 79. The record is 78 set in 1898. Mild tonight, partly cloudy skies early, then rather cloudy with a shower or two late tonight, though 57. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DeLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DeLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10. We've got a chance for you to win tickets to see the Pirates and the Yankees opening weekend at PNC Park.
All right, I got a bunch of stuff going on. My man Lance with MetaConnect. There's crazy stuff going on we got to talk about, but first I got to talk about the weather and Mary Ayers. Hey, Mary Ayers, how are you? How come I can't hear Mary Ayers?
Oh, no.
Oh, there she is. There she is.
You got me?
Oh, we got you, sister.
Can you hear me?
So
Yay,
what's
okay.
the temperature now?
Okay, it's 73 degrees right now. Wow. So it's warm. It's getting warmer. We could touch 80. So could break or tie that record of 78 back in 1898. Oh, my gosh. So
you're cool with it, too, right? You like the warmer?
I'm like a 70 and sunny type of girl. I like low humidity. Even 65 and sunny is fine with me. You can just wear a light jacket. I don't like the snow. I don't like it extremely hot.
So what's happening, though? It was really cold. Now it's really warm. And then what's happening, Mary?
Yep. Oh, well, tomorrow spring begins at 5:01.
Oh.
So Spring will begin tomorrow, and we actually start off pretty warm tomorrow in the 60s, but then temperatures will fall through the day. We do have a few light rain showers around, and then by the evening, we have colder air moving in with the falling temperatures. We could have a few flurries flying around.
What?
No accumulation expected. I know, right? It's a battle between the seasons still. But then it's sunny and 50 on Friday. This weekend, we have just a few rain showers, highs back at 50. Doesn't look like anything severe like we just had. So our temperatures are kind of getting back to where we should be. I mean, for the month so far, we're about 8.5, 9 degrees above normal. So very warm.
Mary Hours, thank you. It's wonderful information. Really appreciate you.
You're welcome. Of course. Always love
Fantastic
talking to you.
stuff. She is the absolute best. And a hell of a singer. Have you heard her sing, brother? It's unbelievable. She's a big-time talent. I'm serious. Man. And I'll tell you what I love. She loves her daughter. I've always enjoyed my wife doing stuff with the girls, and she shoots videos all the time with her daughter. It's really cool. My man, Lance O'Brien. All right, brother. Now, it never ends. The conflict with new bosses and new plans and new cuts and Medicare and Medicaid and people freaking out. What is the biggest issue you want to address today regarding this issue? Because it's CMS and Mehmet?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've been hearing for the last 4 to 6 weeks, all we've been hearing about is they're going to cut Medicaid and all of that, right? And then it comes with different angles. And then, of course, we had the hearings that started last week. Before we jump into that, because I think there's a few things that he said we really need to talk about. Mehmet.
He's a smart guy.
Dr. Oz, right?
He's odd.
The wizard.
We had him in here. He was very charming.
Yeah.
He really was. Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I would imagine he's charismatic, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So, but here's what I really
Almost
want.
like a minister.
Yeah. Wonder how that happens. But so Medicare itself covers 65 million people every year.
Whoa.
So that's about 20% of our population right now. Medicaid covers 85 million people.
Whoa.
Right. So you've got, and some of the dollars was spent last year on Medicare and Medicaid in our country. Wow. 1.5 trillion. What was our budget last year? A little under $6 trillion.
Wow.
So over 25% of our budget is spent on these things. So when we're talking about now having a national debt of $36 trillion, right? And the fact that we need to lower it, there's not always a ton of places to go.
By the way, this is why I love him. This is where Americans need to get it. It's the entitlements, man.
And that's the challenge. Like, do I want to see anybody lose some of their benefits when it comes to Medicare or Medicaid? I personally
or Social
don't.
Security.
Or Social Security, right? Like, I think we want to keep those as solvent as we possibly can.
Or veterans benefits or veterans pensions or
Keep singing my song, brother.
Right,
I'm right there with you.
Right, man.
Right. The challenge comes in is if we can't find enough places to cut, then you have to get to the big boys. Yep. Now, I think the one thing out of the hearing that was really difficult for people to hear is he did not commit that he wasn't going to be against cutting Medicaid.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right, so that's one of the biggest challenges, and I think what we've talked about so far is one of the reasons why, is because if we can't save enough money in other places, we had our highest tax revenue ever last year.
Ever.
Right? So, like, make more money, but you can't keep spending as much money. So I thought that was one thing, and I think that's some of the reason why is it's because it's such a large part of what we do.
This is why you're the best. So one of my boys did the numbers.
If you brass tacks also, and how are those two going to collide? I think we're all still waiting to see. Couple of the things he said that I think are really important, though. He talked about how Medicare Advantage was started to create healthier life choices. Right. So let me talk really quickly about that.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why they started Medicare Advantage was because transportation, over-the-counter benefits to get people vitamins and things like that. The thought process ultimately behind Medicare Advantage was, let's make it easier for people to, one, use their health care and make better life choices. So that's why they get silver sneakers, right? If they go to the gym, they'll be healthier.
Nice.
Problem is only 7% of people utilize that benefit, but that's a whole nother conversation, right?
Oh.
Right? But then they all added transportation. What if they can't get to the doctor? Let's help them get to the doctor. let's help them buy vitamins, right? So like the whole thought process behind the Medicare Advantage was, let's add things that aren't on original Medicare, just Part A and B, where people will start using their benefits more to make them healthier. The converse side to that, though, Marty, is this, that as Mehmet said, the biggest area of waste and abuse in the healthcare system right now as it relates to Medicare is in the Advantage plans. So again, you've got these two things that are looking to collide. So it's a great idea, right? And I run into people all the time that say Medicare Advantage is terrible. I completely disagree with that. Is Medicare Advantage the right coverage for everybody? Absolutely not, right? But it is for some people who can't afford it. Here, quick thing. Talked to a lady yesterday. Her Social Security is $1,400 a month. Total. She's paying $450 a month for her Social Security, her Plan F, which is not a Medicare Advantage plan. And she's like, I just can't afford this anymore. Right? Think about spending 30% of your income just for your health care. And then think about it in relation to what's happened with inflation over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years.
So hold on, man. What'd you do with her?
Well, it's her decision ultimately. And what we basically said is, listen, right now you're pretty healthy. You're not using it a lot. You like the security of the coverage, but you're not giving yourself a chance to save money at all. And you can't pay your bills.
Oh.
Right? At some point in time, again, rubber meets the road.
So what did you do?
So she hasn't decided yet. She has until the end of this month to make a decision on what she wants to do. And I think that's important. That's what we give people the information, but it's up to them to make the decision, right?
Hey, man, come on. We got to do this again because this is crazy. Last week, the guy that got the bill for like $1,600.
Yeah.
Tell us that story and how you rectified it because this is happening. I got a bunch of emails about it.
Yeah, a guy with his prescriptions, right? The Xifaxan.
Right.
You know, he worked for the school district, got this bill, went in for the first day, $1,250. And that was because of the changes, the positive changes, and they were positive changes that they made with the donut hole and eliminating that. But instead of the insurance company getting their money up at the end of the year, now they're getting it up front. So with him, we got him on the payment plan, which he was a perfect candidate for the payment plan because he's going to pay $2,000 no matter what.
So hold on. People are showing up at the pharmacy and the brothers hand them $1,400.
$1,250 is what it was for him. And then if he goes and gets it next month, it's $750.
No.
Then he's hit his cap of $2,000.
Come on, man.
But I think about it this way. I don't really want to put out $1,250 and then $750 in January and February if I can put out $166 a month, especially if I'm on a fixed income.
So what do you tell them? Walk away? Call you?
Yeah, the big thing is like if you go into the pharmacy and you get a bill that you're not expecting, I would leave the medication there unless you're 100% out, right?
Wow.
You know, because with this guy, he needed his medication, but he was like, I can't afford it. And then he called us right away. So if you go to the pharmacy and something's wrong, you got to call.
And he called you and you hooked him up. And
We did.
Tell people how you did that. I love
So
it.
again, there's 3 ways to solve his problem, right? One is there a better plan out there for him? And in his scenario, there wasn't a better option out there for him, right? The second thing is does he qualify for some kind of assistance, like low-income subsidy, which is through the federal government, or PACE, which is through the state of Pennsylvania? He didn't qualify for that. So the third option for him was let's get him on the payment plan so at least he's not blowing all of his money at the front of the year.
And you did that?
We did that.
And how long does it take?
For that to take place, we were able to get it done in 2 days.
No.
Yeah, so then he went and got his medication. I got the email from him. He's super happy, you know.
And how do they get you?
888-818-6334. Again, it's 888-818-6334. They can go to MetaConnectInsurance.com and they can schedule an appointment right there, too.
And you guys, it's free for him.
Never a charge for our services and no bias. If you're in the right plan.
That's right.
I just told you the 3 options. What did we do with him? We didn't change his plan. It wasn't right for him. We got him to the place where it was best for him.
So hold on. Back to the woman. What are you going to tell her? What's your advice?
My advice to her would be, if she was super sick and using her coverage a lot, I'd stick with what she has and figure it out. She's not using it at this point in time, going to a plan for $15, save $435 a month, right? And have really good coverage still, and then save $200 of that $400 you just saved, right? And then pay your copays that way. I think that's what I would do if it was my grandma.
Man, you're the best. You are a pro,
Appreciate
brother.
it.
Man, that's good stuff. 888-818-6334. I send so many people there. 888-818-6334. Lance is the man.
Thanks, buddy.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5, exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
We had a big storm in our neighborhood the other night. Massive, massive trees down. I literally texted my boy Carlos from Greater Pitt Tree Service. They were there. And folks, they're amazing, and they're the best, and they have 32 years experience, and they have specialized training and specialized equipment and discounts for military and seniors, and they kicked it good. Amazing work. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE. Carlos, my man, Greater Pitt Tree Service, on it.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust. No matter what you're up to, give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA. Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
This is me. We've had a hell of a day. My girl Jen, who we love, says get outside and have a picnic. Yes. She's right. We've had a weird day. The thing about it is that what I find fascinating about our culture and our society right now is that some way we went so far to the left with the judges that now we're going all the way to the right. And using our show as an example, so we start out this morning talking about this woke judge who literally gets these boys in front of her, and I mean boys, 12, 13 years old, that are robbing gun stores. And the boys get in front of her, and she feels bad. And by the way, you elected her, not me. And she sends them home, man. And even worse, she has all the cases. And she says that they're incompetent to stand trial. She says, and by the way, this is her thing, she says that a 12 to 17-year-old boy is robbing gun stores, and a lot of them, Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, feds are now involved, ATF, DEA. She says that because of their age, they're not making proper decisions. I'm not exaggerating this. So one of the kids, and I know this because I know what went down, he's 13. He's from the Rocks. Him and his friends stole a car. Then they robbed the gun store, like 60 guns. Then they started selling the guns out of the trunk of the car. They thought that was funny. They were laughing about it. And then he gets arrested, and you think, end of story, right? They got him. He gets in front of this judge, who's a woke, progressive judge that you elected. She lets him go home with mommy. I have the paperwork right here. I mean, this is where we're at. Then we transition to the next hour, where we're talking about the CVS downtown has been robbed 7 times in 24 hours. 7. Robbed, burglarized, theft, whatever the hell you want to call it. People taking bagfuls of stuff. 7. And then we go to Groovy Side, and the Lululemon store gets robbed 2 or 3 times a week. Thousands of dollars worth of stuff. I have sound from it happening today. What's my point? Somewhere along the way, we went too far left. Thus, you end up with Trump and Elon Musk. I'm just keeping it real, man. It's called ebb and flow. Someone needs to come in here, man, believing in law and order. Forget about Trump or Elon, whoever the hell you want. We need local law and order. We need Americans and people to know that when they go downtown, they'll be safe. And we need punks to know that they can't make a living stealing downtown. One of my boys sent me a note and said, let me get to it so I'm accurate, that there is a CVS in Oakland. Hold on, here it is. The CVS at Craig and Center Avenue is getting crushed by one person. Wow. Who steals $400 to $500 worth of merchandise every single day. And this is from a cop who says, police don't follow up because they have no one. So think about it. This guy's living, this thief, their living is the CVS at Craig and Center Avenue. Until there is no CVS, no more. Until there is no CVS downtown. Someone better get a grip, man, before you can't hold it at all, before you lose any contact with reality. We better find a way to find law and order, not just in Pittsburgh, but across America. We're done. Done. Last man out, turn out the lights. Last CVS, turn out the lights. And I feel for every single employee that's experienced this insanity every day.